Meanwhile, the Nigerian army has confirmed carrying out an operation in Okama community in its continued bid to recover all stolen weapons during the killing of its personnel by some gunmen on March 14th this year. The General Officer commanding 6th Division of the Nigerian Army, Major General Jamal Abdusalam, who stated this in a Furum barrack of the 3 Battalion, says the army continues to search for all its missing weapons. The Department of State Services has released the passport of the embattled National President of the Nigerian Labour Congress, Joe Ajaero. The release was facilitated on Tuesday by Abubakar Marshal of the Falonot Chambers. The DSS had seized Ajaero's passport following his release on Monday night after being detained for over 15 hours while en route to the United Kingdom for union business. The NLC's President Counsel, Femi Falana, confirmed the release, stating Ajaero's passport was handed over today through his colleague, Abubakar Marshal. In response to Ajaero's attention, the NLC had issued a midnight ultimatum to the government, prompting the DSS to release him before the deadline. And that's all on Breakfast Headlines. Let's move back to Breakfast Central, where we get into our top stories. I am Osaogie Ogbonwa. Welcome once again to Breakfast Central. Now, the former National Treasurer of the Labour Party, Mrs. Oluchi Okpara, has yet again raised alarm over alleged misappropriation of 3.5 billion naira by Julius Abure, the party's, former acting national chairman. The money generated during the 2023 election. This is as Abure himself defended, his points, stating that social critic and co-founder of the Bring Back Our Girls movement, Aisha Yusufu, and Pastor Itwa Iwodalu were signatories to the accounts where campaign donations were channeled, and claimed that the party had no access to these accounts. Well, Aisha Yusufu rather responded to Julius Abure, calling him a liar and stating that she did not embezzle any funds. She also shared from a post in 2022 where Abure asked people to donate to the Labour Party account, contradicting his claims that the party had no involvement in campaign funding.
Joining us this morning is the former National Treasurer for the Labour Party, Oluchi Okpara. Good morning. Thank you very much for joining us.
Good morning, Nigerians. Good morning.
It's a lot of drama that's going on with the Labour Party, and this isn't the first time that we've heard you speak about this. Some months back, I think sometime in February, you had spoken about this and you had been suspended. So we want to go back to how all of this began, when you first raised the alarm about the $3.5 billion, the allegations of mismanagement of funds, of forgery, and all the other handled.
Yeah, I came out sometimes in February, like you said, to say that the former national chairman of our party, Barrister Julius Abure, has to come out clean to explain what had happened to the finances of the Labour Party, allegations of embezzlement, misappropriation, misapplication of power, and a whole lot of things that I came out to say that time, including the forging of the late national chairman's signature to withdraw money from an account after his death. So, and I had come out and I was thinking that Abure should have come out to explain to Nigerians or even allow an external auditor to audit the accounts of the Labour Party. But he has refused to do the needful. Instead, he's trying to do a campaign against the man, Mr. Peter Obi, who gave him life. Because before now, there was no Abure. Before now, Labour Party was nowhere. So I think it's ingratitude on his part, on his side, to come out to want to damage the image of an icon, political icon that is known to the world, not just to Nigeria. Abure should come out because they say he who must go to equity must come with clean hands. He should not divert attention. He should come out to clear the allegation on his head. I think this story is not new to Nigeria because I came out shouting from pillar to post, telling Nigerians that we have to lead by example. Because we can't be saying that the government of the day is not doing the right thing, whereas we have corruption eating under us. Let's even start with Abure. Let him allow an independent auditor to audit the account first. Let's start with ourselves first, before pointing an accusing finger. And again, we did have a campaign account for the Labour Party. So I don't know why he's coming out to say that we never had a campaign account. We did, we have. Aisha, you still mentioned the account number yesterday. So we're sure we did have an account. So you should stop peddling lies. To me, it's an attempt to cover whatever he has done. And that shouldn't be.
Let's go back to
your full chest.
Mr. Okama, let's go back to February, from your allegations in February. Can you shed some light or provide some clarity as to why you are certain Julius Abure must be questioned or is responsible for the mismanagement of those funds? As a treasurer, you're a former treasurer, are there things that you noticed or things that you saw that gives credence to your claims that Julius Abure must be the one who has mismanaged those funds?
Yes, thank you for this question. I came out that February, I said that the late national chairman's signature was forged 2 months after his death. Before the passing of the late national chairman, A.A. Salam of blessed memory, the party didn't have any money in the accounts. Then 2 months after his death, monies were cleared by Julius Abure. 2 months after the man's death, he never bothered what the family was going through as at that time. And again, Abure, at that time when I came out, I noticed that he was transferring money to his wife's account, to his brother's account, John Abure, to his company's account, to his effort to everybody, even down to the staff of the office. He will use the staff's account to siphon money. At the end of the day, this same staff will send that money to an account that will send to an account that will get to Abure. So there are a whole lot of things. I'm emotional about this whole thing because a lawyer that he claims to be forged a signature of a late man, the national chairman of our party. He didn't even care what the outcome was going to be. So if he said I'm lying, he should let that account be reactivated so the Nigerians can actually see, to even question him, how on earth did the man after his death came out to sign an account, to sign a check for him to claim money from the account.
Yeah, just to clarify.
So he should come out and stop pointing an accusing finger to Mr. Peter Obi.
Yeah, just to clarify, you're saying that you found out that Julius Abure was transferring money from Labour Party's official account to his personal account and to, account for his siblings.
Yes. To even his wife's account, yes.
Okay. And also, just to double check with you, I remember in another interview you had granted, you said you weren't a signatory to the account. Correct me if I'm wrong, and that you weren't receiving alerts on the account. Is that correct?
Yes, I was a signatory to the account, but I wasn't receiving alerts. But how I got to know that the party even made huge sums of money was when he came to my house with an audited report, wanted me to sign. And I was shocked to have seen such amount of money. And as at that time, the party was going to have an election in Imo State, in Kogi, and in Bayelsa. Already, we had already gotten about 900 and something million naira. Then plus the 2-point-something billion he came for me to endorse my signature. And I coupled everything, I added everything up, plus the off-cycle elections that we had, plus even the Sedo that is about to come. So I put 1 or 2 together, and I knew that the party has gotten over 3.5. Even the US tour he made, using the name of the party to go and raise funds for the party. He came back, he didn't remit anything to the party. And this is the same person that is trying to point an accusing finger to Mr. Peter Obi and others. No.
If I hear you correctly, you only found out about this not because you were receiving alerts on the account, but because he brought to you an audit report and asked you to append your signature to it. Is that correct?
Yes, he brought the audit report, asked me to append my signature. And I began to question him. I began questioning him. And I said, can I even know what is happening? Because as at that time, by my calculation, I already knew that the party got way over 900 and something million naira from the elections.
Okay.
That were about to go in at that time. Then plus the one he came for me to come and append my signature on. And I said, can I know what's happening? Next thing he did, he began, he tried to induce me, came to my house with a car gift, wanted to gift me with a house and some cash benefit. I said, no, I want to be that woman that will write my name on gold. Let me even know what has happened.
All right. At the point when you noticed this anomaly in the audit report, you had mentioned how you'd also raised alarms. What were the steps that you took to alert the leadership of the Labour Party about what was going on? And then, we can lead the conversation up onto your suspension.
If you will recall, by the time I came out public to do my public outcry, I had already written letters internally, but unfortunately, internal mechanisms of the parties at that time failed. I wrote letter for over 7 months. But in fact, even before I began writing letters, it was looking like my word against the Abures. And I said, no, if I don't put this into writing, it's going to be like my word against Abure. Hence, I started writing letters. So I wrote letters for over 7 months.
Who are you writing the letter to?
Do the needful.
Who are you writing this letter?
Abure.
Okay, and were there like, did you have any other person in copy?
Of course. Okay. At some point, I had to involve our presidential candidate, Mr. Peter Obi. He was part of the meeting of our meetings, and he was trying to make Abure do the needful. But Abure sees himself as the boss of his own. He thinks he can do and undo. So he didn't even listen to Mr. Peter Obi. So he was to intervene and make sure that Abure did the right thing. But Abure never last.
You don't need to be a professor to know that California has a housing crisis. Prop 33 would make that crisis worse. 33 would reduce construction of new affordable housing and hurt renters looking for a home. Vote no on anti-housing 33.
There are those who skip dessert, but when Ghirardelli chocolate chips make cookies this irresistible.
All right, we seems to have, to have lost the connection. Okay, right. Welcome back.
Let's go ahead.
Yes, I said Mr. Peter Obi tried as at that time to make Abure see reason for him to do the right thing. But Abure thought, he sees himself as an emperor. Like, he can do and undo. He didn't even listen to Mr. Peter Obi. So that's why we are where we are today. Because if he had listened to Mr. Peter Obi, and if he had listened to reasonable voices that was talking to him at that time, do the needful, I don't think we'll be where we are today. But he never did. Instead, he thought suspending me will silence me, but I'm not that woman to be silenced when I know I'm speaking from a place of authority and truth and strength.
Can you clarify, what the role of Aisha Yusufu and Pastor Ito Ighodalo are, with regards to the accounts of the Labour Party?
Yes, Aisha Yusuf and the other person you mentioned, they were in charge of campaign forms, campaign accounts. They were the ones disbursing that, like I thought, they took charge of the account. They were secretary to that account of the campaign. And of course, it is within their power, because if you're running an election, you should have a campaign account. They're supposed to be spending from the party's accounts.
And would you say that, there was subsequent explanation, or did they give account for how the monies were being spent?
I remember when I came public last February, Aisha Yusuf came out to render accounts, and Abure has not done so. So if Aisha Yusuf has been woman enough to come out to render accounts, I'm wondering why Abure will not do the same thing if his hands are clean.
All right, I want us
what we're supposed to do.
I want us to talk again about, and I need to clarify what your position is. I know you were the former treasurer, you're no longer the treasurer. Are you still a part of the Labour Party? I had seen the report of you being sanctioned or suspended for 6 months. Can you confirm that? And at the point, when that sanction was happening, what were the leaders of the Labour Party doing? Did they approve and endorse of this suspension?
The leaders of the party, like I said, they told Abure to look inwards and solve the matter inwardly. But Abure felt he could do and undo. By the way, that suspension carried out on me was null and void, because INEC was never present at that suspension. Because for you to carry anything of such, INEC must be on ground. If you will check today, you will see that INEC had not removed the names of elected members. If you see there now, if you can use your phone to browse, you will still see my name there, telling you that INEC was not even aware of the purported suspension on me. So the leaders of the party told Abure, do not do what you're about to do. Let us listen inwardly. Let us listen to this one. Let us even scrutinize the account. But Abure said no. You have it his way. Of course, he was trying to do the bidding of his paymasters, instead of those sponsoring him, because he doesn't want the party to progress. He doesn't even care if the party does well or not. All he cares was trying to apply power and enrich himself.
One of the people that we've spoken about concerning these issues is Abayemi Arabambi. We spoke with him yesterday, and of course, he still has, similar allegations against Peter Obi and Aisha Yusufu and Pastor Itua Ighodalo. He claims that, about maybe 1.4 billion naira, I believe, that was meant to be used to pay Labour Party delegates during the elections were allegedly diverted by these persons. And that's the reason, the Labour Party didn't have proper delegates and didn't have people to defend their case during the tribunal. Do you know anything about this? Where Labour Party delegates properly paid? Is this one of the reasons that the Labour Party also couldn't push its case in court, according to Arabambi?
I think you should have asked Arabambi where he got his narrative from. Does he have any proof? Was he even part of the said accounts? He wasn't part of the said accounts. I don't know where he's getting his narrative from. You should have asked him where he's getting his narrative from. So I don't know. I don't want to join issues with what I am not too deep-rooted into. You should have asked him to get his proofs.
Okay, so I want us to also quickly go back to what you had said earlier when you said INEC still had you documented as the official treasurer because they were not aware of the suspension that had happened. Are you still recognized by INEC as the treasurer of the party?
As it stands now, the Labour Party has no structure. We don't have any structure from the ward, to the local government, to the state, down to the national. Yeah, and again, the reason why INEC still has our name on its website, on our website, is because if INEC should remove every name on the website, that means the party is not in existence. That's why you still have our names there. We are the last known leadership of Labour Party. And I'm sure everybody in Nigeria is aware that there was a gathering in Umuahia over the weekend last week to put in place a committee that will see that the party does not go into extinction, because the party cannot function without a known leadership. If you watch again, sometimes last month, Abure was at INEC to attend an INEC program, but because INEC does not recognize him again as the chairman of the Labour Party, he was shown an exit door. Again, there were programs organized for political parties. Abure was not invited, the Labour Party was not invited, and a party cannot grow like that. We have to forge ahead. That was why you saw leaders of the party, persons of Dr. Alex Chomoti, the governor of Abia State, Excellency Mr. Peter Obi, the VP, our senators, our stakeholders, the TUC rep members came together because the party must not be allowed to die. That was why they did what we call an extensive delegate and stakeholders solution meeting, where we'll have the likes of Senator Usman Nenadi, Darlington also a senator, and others to fill in the gap, because there shouldn't be vacuum of anything. Fill in the gap for a period of 90 to 120 to 180 days. But their job is so simple. They're supposed to do what Congress is, from what Congress is, local government election, and Congress to state Congress, and down to national convention.
Can you help us understand what the current reality, I mean, up until now, with the Labour Party has been saying the past 1-2 months, and you've already started that conversation, because it feels like there are multiple people vying for leadership. On the one hand, there's Julius Abure, who thinks that he's the leader. There's Callistus Okafor, who thinks that he's the leader. There's now this 29-member committee led by Senator Nenadi Usman, who have been appointed at the stakeholders meeting, even though that has been criticized by Julius Abure. So when the Labour Party has meetings, is it that there are multiple meetings in different factions that are happening, and where would you say that the majority of the supporters or the members of the party are leaning towards?
Okay, anybody can claim to be anything, so long as it suits them. They can claim to be anything. But if you watched what happened in Abia State, you saw the caliber of people there, the men that were there, the women. What Abure had in the party, at the party secretariat 2 days back, I learned he had his birthday party. And I'm wondering why Abure should take his birthday party to the office. Even as popular as he thought he was, he could not even attract a single reps member. And no senator was there. No governor, the governor was not even there. So what you have in Umuahia, I want to refer to it to say and to tell the whole world that the party has just kick-started into the right direction of fixing all the mess that Abure himself has created as caused. So the right and authentic leadership of the Labour Party lies within these men and women that I mentioned, that's ably led by Senator Usman Nenadi. So anybody can claim to be whatever they want to claim.
My question, my last question would be back to the campaign funds. Can you share some clarity on how funds were mostly generated for the campaign? Did they come in through donations? Was Labour Party able to generate its own funds?
When I came out public, I never said that the campaign funds were missing. I was specific, talked about the Labour Party fund. And if you will also recall, Aisha Yusuf and others have also come out to say how this money were disbursed, generated, and a whole lot of issues that they raised. And I also had to listen to Aisha Yusuf's this thing yesterday, part of it, where she was able to also give insight of what we never even knew that happened. She also was able to give a clear record of what had happened. So I want to say that I have never at any point in time said that campaign funds were missing. I was specific, and that's why I want to insist and stand on my ground to maintain that the Labour Party funds were misappropriated. I don't want to speak on the issue of campaign funds, but I never said anything about campaign funds missing.
Not aware of the 1,000 naira donation that Aisha Yusufu talked about, saying that Julius Abure had asked people to donate 1,000 naira to an account that he created to be able to be a part of, have a voice in the Labour Party. Are you aware or not of that account or of that fund?
I am aware of that account. In fact, if you also recall, there was a time I actually made a video soliciting for funds. The people should donate their 1,000. But that was part of what formed my anger, like my basis of why I went public. Because at some point I thought that we owe it to a large number of persons, of Nigerians, to tell them what has happened with the money donated to the party. And I thought Abure would owe it to Nigerians to tell them what has happened to the money. Because I made a video soliciting for funds, and Abure said no. So I'm aware of that account. I am aware of that account, and Abure has refused for us to tell Nigerians what their money was used for.
Yeah. All right. Anyway, I think we're going to have further conversations on this. Thank you very much for joining us this morning. And as things develop, we would like to speak with you again. Thank you.
Hey, can you guys hear me? Is my audio clear? Welcome, everybody. Greetings. Good evening. Good morning. Good afternoon. Depending on what time of the day you're joining us. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I thank you all for coming by today as we explain the Gog War situation from Peter Obi's interview from earlier on. So I have one more video to play and then we'll start talking. I don't know. As we talk, I might follow you talk now.
Every time.
Okay, now her language. Okay. My own will be Abame. Our language be that. Now she they talk. What a shame. Abure don't disgrace himself. Anyway, let's listen to this follow-up video.
Meeting. Here with me are members of the leadership of the National Transition Committee of the Labour Party. The National Transition Committee of the Labour Party is a group of fully paid up members of the Labour Party and the obedient movement who have contributed immensely to the development of the Labour Party throughout the years. Many of us in the National Transition Committee are gubernatorial candidates of the party, and some of us contested for different legislative offices in the national and state under the party. The National Transition Committee emerged after many all-inclusive stakeholder meetings following the end of the tenure of the Abure-led ESCO and the crisis which his corrupt and illegal administration imposed on the party. The National Transition Committee engaged and mobilized all relevant stakeholders to ensure that the party recovers itself from Abure illegality and corruption. That process bore fruit as INEC, the regulator of political parties in Nigeria, informed Barrister Abure that his tenure had expired and have made diligent effort not to recognize him as a chairman of the party at every meeting of the heads of political parties. In fact, INEC had on occasion asked him to vacate the chair meant for chairman of Labour Party. These interventions by the National Transition Committee has culminated in the meeting of the National Executive Committee of the Labour Party in Umuahia. We want to state unequivocally that the National Transition Committee, facilitated by the Nigerian Labour Congress, as the trustee of the Labour Party, fully accepts and commend the decision of the NEC of Labour Party in its meeting of September 4th, 2024, held in Umuahia. We fully support the setting up of a 29-man committee, caretaker committee, to prepare and conduct democratic congresses to elect party leadership at the world, local government, state, and national levels, in line with the Labour Party Constitution and the Electoral Act 2023. The NEC, organized by the governor of Abia State, is the most welcome intervention needed to save the Labour Party at this time from the illegalities and corruptions of the Abure hostile capture. We believe that this intervention is in line with the expression of the democratic will of the millions of Nigerians who are members of the Labour Party and its supporters, and who do not want the party to die at the hands of political contractors who have been procured to destroy the party. As expected, Abure and his co are first in the Labour Party. As a group that actually midwife the current positive results in the party, we owe Nigerians the duty to present the facts as they are to prevent Abure from running away from his corruption and illegalities, which INEC had recognized and confused the people on the present efforts by the governor of Abia State and NEC to get the party back to the path of legality and integrity as Nigeria's favorite opposition political party. I want to deliberate on item number 1, dealing with legitimacy of the Umuahia meeting. We want to make it clear that the stakeholders meeting held in Umuahia had every form of legitimacy and transparency. It was called according to the Constitution of the Labour Party, which bestows on the NEC the powers to file any vacancy, to fill any vacancy that exists before another convention, that is in between the convention. In fact, the meeting has an overdose of legitimacy and transparency, the sort of which can only come from the best leaders who live and breathe integrity and the rule of law. Anyone who is familiar with the event that has culminated in the party will know that Abure and co had no legal capacity to remain and identify themselves as executives of Labour Party. The tenure was ended long ago, and they continued to illegally hold on to power with a clear mandate from his sponsors to destroy Labour Party before the 2027 general elections. But we have ended that illegality and rascality. We have commenced a journey to retrieve and reposition the party through the Umuahia resolutions. We should not forget that our party was thrown into an all-time low by the greed and desperation of one man and his few co-travelers who want to be undemocratic leaders in a democracy, elected leaders without election and due process. Abure and his cohort violated court judgments and regulatory agreements signed by both the party and INEC. Unfortunately, they led our party to a dead end where for 3 months the Labour Party existed without INEC recognized leadership from June 9th, 2024 to September 4th, 2024 at the Umuahia meeting. The meeting at Umuahia is constitutionally valid based on the provisions of the Labour Party constitution. You all know that the valid Labour Party constitution is a public document hosted on INEC website. Article 14, Section 28, subsection 25251 gives INEC power to fill vacancies in the National Working Committee as they may occur from time to time in between conventions. The expiration of the tenure of Abure's National Working Committee on June 9th, 2024 meant that they ceased to be members of the NEC from that date. But there are other statutory members of NEC whose tenure were still valid, namely the governor and his deputy of Abia State, the president and general secretaries of the NLC and the TUC, and the chairperson of NLC Women Commission. See Article 14, Section 2A, from subsection 3 to subsection 18. And the Board of Trustees chairman and secretary. See Article 9, Section 1C. Our leaders were required by Constitution to call a meeting of the 9 remaining members of NEC to appoint replacement for the vacancies in National Working Committee. But they chose to call the 9 NEC members in addition to all elected leaders, candidates in the last general election, and all major stakeholders, including even the expired National Committee members. In fact, the owners of the party, from the founders to all its leaders, from subnational to national leaders, akin to shareholders and board of directors in a company's AGM, that's what really happened. That is why I describe the Umuahia meeting as overdose of legitimacy and transparency, as it met and exceeded constitutional requirements. Number 2, on the formation of caretaker committee, it is laughable that Abure will raise objection to NEC stakeholders' appointment of interim leadership for Labour Party when himself is a double beneficiary of similar appointments in 2021 and 2023. In 2019, Abure was elected Deputy National Secretary of Labour Party. The National Secretary resigned and Abure became Acting National Secretary. Unfortunately, the National Chairman, Alhaji Abdulkadir Abdul Salam, died in 2021, and the then Deputy National Chairman, Mrs. Maria Lebeke, became Acting National Chairman. There was also a Deputy National Chairman South, Alhaji Lamidi Apapa. How Abure jumped from Acting Secretary to National Chairman without election and without valid NEC appointment remains a study in Gestapo criminality. So for the records, Abure was never elected National Secretary or National Chairman, neither was he legitimately appointed Chairman, as there was no constitutional pathway to migrate from Deputy Secretary to Chairman. This will be a story for another day. However, his self-imposed emergence in 2021 was to complete the tenure of the late Alhaji A.A. Salam, which expired in June 2023. Notwithstanding the consent judgment and INEC brokered agreement, Abure deceived the new party leaders into appointing his National Working Committee for another 1-year term, which finally expired on June 9, 2024. So Abure's National Working Committee from inception to expiry, renewal, and another expiry were caretaker appointments. First tenure illegitimate, second tenure deceitfully obtained, whereas the appointment of distinguished Senator Nenadi Usman's caretaker National Working Committee fulfills every aspect of constitutional due process and satisfies the utmost transparency. It is Abure who betrayed all due process and hijacked a political party without election. 3. On Governor Oti's role in Labour Party affairs. Abure and his gang attacked the role that Governor Oti played in resolving the crisis that Abure imposed on the party. Anyone who has been following the happenings in Labour Party will not accuse Governor Alex Oti of not showing sufficient, if any at all, interest in Labour Party affairs or of being against Abure. In fact, many would rather accuse the governor of being too pro-Abure. You recall that while Abure was building his castle on sand by conducting his illegal Newi convention in violation of consent judgment and annex brokered agreement, and without any word, local government and state congresses, the governor was not aware of the illegalities due to his non-interference and distances himself from party affairs until INEC banned Abure and his National Working Committee, posing existential danger to Labour Party and all her elected officials. The governor, inclusive. Even at that, it took INEC invitation and directives for the governor to accept to fulfill his statutory duty as the highest elected office holder in the Labour Party and surviving member of NEC with constitutionally binding duty. So the governor has shown great restraint and respect for due process in his intervention. It is Abure who has mistaken commitment to rule of law for condonment of his corrupt and reckless conduct. 4. On concerns over INEC recognition. The most embarrassing event for Labour Party in 2024 was the day Abure was thrown out of the quarterly meeting of chairmen of all political parties with INEC chairman in INEC headquarters, Abuja, in June 2024. He had attended uninvited. He was also not invited to the August meeting, and he dared not attend again. By his own admission, in his famous speech delivered at the illegal NEC meeting of September 9th, 2024, titled, "The Beautiful Ones Are Not Yet Born," Abure declared that the access code for uploading polling unit agent for Edo and Ondo states were handed directly to the Labour Party governorship candidates for those states. These are usually exclusively handed to national chairmen of parties, but now given to our candidates because we don't have INEC recognized chairman. These and many similar situations led INEC to seek Otis intervention to resolve the lacuna in Labour Party leadership. Item number 5, on the composition of the caretaker committee. Members of the new caretaker committee are representatives of the various core stakeholder groups in Labour Party, from founding labor unions to elected officials and governorship candidates in the last election, among others. The chairman and secretary are former senators and ministers whose experience and character lend a breath of fresh air to a party with badly damaged reputation, rooted in destructive reputation of its officers. Imperfection, if any, will be corrected in the most decent manner as expected in normal human compositions. The new chairman had been a card-carrying member of Labour Party since 2022, before the general elections of February 2023. And she had been contesting and winning state and national elections for decades before joining the Labour Party. Item number 6, on the nullification of the Umuahia meetings outcome by Abure. This is when nullity calls validity null and void. It can only be the ranting of a droning man. Maybe he was enjoying the void created by his indiscretion as a paid agent sponsored by opposition party to terminate the Labour Party. Otherwise, he must know that solution to this self-imposed harm should rank the party's interest over and above his personal interest, which, by the way, is not harmed in any way. For avoidance of doubt, Abure and his National Working Committee members are free to contest for any offices of their choice in the congresses and conventions being organized by the caretaker committee. Item number 7, on the Abure's loss of leadership control. It is mischievous that Abure refers to Umuahia meeting as the gathering that removed him from office, when the truth is that INEC had removed and de-recognized him since June 9, 2024. What Umuahia meeting did was to commence treatment on the terminal illness imposed on Labour Party by Abure and co. His utterances and actions since the meeting is a revelation of the dangers we lived with without knowing it. Item number 8, on Abure's fear of diminished influence. Those must be imaginary diminished influence because he has a choice to toe the path of honor and quit while the ovation is still loud, or walk down the valley of dishonor by holding on to an expired non-existent office and sacrifice whatever influence and dignity he acquired from the office LP national chairman he held. Let me remind him that no politician in Nigeria, and I dare say Africa, drags popularity or influence with our party's national leader, His Excellency Mr. Peter Obi, and Abure may do well to note that Peter Obi was never as popular or influential as he is today while he was in office as governor. He grew in popularity and influence by his dignified conduct out of office, quitting while the ovation was loudest, refusing to collect his exit pension, lagis, charity works, dedication to public good, among others, lifted him. A valuable lesson for Abure and co. is that influence is earned, not given or taken. And it is better to be a part of an elephant than the whole of an ant. More so, democratic chairmen are elected, not self-imposed. The chance to emerge elected chairman of LP is not diminished, but now more credible with the changes that are being introduced. Item number 9, on damage to party unity and image. The emergence of Nenedi Usman-led leadership for Labour Party has not created any parallel leadership for Labour Party. It is a child of necessity, born to fill a vacuum willfully created by expiry of Abure's National Working Committee without valid elections to replace them. This new leadership is strictly for purpose of organizing congresses and conventions to elect new leaders for the party, an assignment Abure had opportunity to do, but chose not to until their tenure expired. It must be stated that Labour Party is bigger than any individual or group, and its interest supersedes those of any individual or group. Abure's dream of factional leadership of Labour Party is only imaginary, as he is standing with only those he had appointed unopposed at national and subnational levels. Unknown to him, even those are lobbying for accommodation in the new leadership followership. He will soon look back and realize that he is standing alone and lonely. Millions of Nigerians joined or became sympathetic to Labour Party because of Peter Obi, huge, delightful profile, and the good work Governor Oti is doing at Abia State. None did because of Abure and his gang. If anything, a lot of Peter Obi's admirers had left Labour Party because of the negative influence of Abure. He will do well to bow out with honor and enjoy his constitutional entitlement of elevation to Board of Trustees, reserved for all former national chairmen without dishonor and criminality. These privileges, guaranteed by Article 9 of the Labour Party Constitution, will be extinguished by forceful exit and probe. We assure all members and supporters of the Labour Party that the party has been recovered from the illegitimacy and illegality under the hand of Abure. Now that a caretaker committee of the party members appointed legally by the neck of our party to prepare and organize a democratic convention based on democratic congresses to elect party officials, we are now in the good position to mobilize and prepare Nigerians to replace the failing APC government and install a people-oriented and truly progressive government that will secure Nigerians and end the ravaging specter of poverty. It is obvious that Abure and his followers are working to truncate the progress of the Labour Party. They will fail because all actions taken at the Umuahia meeting, convened by the governor of Abia State and other remaining members of the Board of Trustees, are in line with the Constitution of Labour Party, the Electoral Act, and the directive of the Electoral Umpire, the INEC. We advise Abure and his cohort to be wise and come back to the fold and show gratitude for the party that tolerated their illegal regime and have not decided to cure the party of such illegitimacy caused by their illegal hijack of power. A word, they say, is always enough for the wise, as a stitch in time saves 9. Ladies and gentlemen, I thank you most sincerely. Thank you very much. I have to really tell you that Abure is from Edo State. Ordinarily, it ought to be a plus for the party, but regrettably, because of the way and manner, he was running the affairs of the party, it really, somehow, impacted, very, very adversely. It took the party's leadership, it took the stakeholders, intervention to really begin to do a lot of remedial, measures, to resolve some of the crises that arising from that mishandling, of the situation there. But we give glory to God that, our leader, His Excellency Peter Obi, very early, in the case of Edo State, he really stood very, very strong and ensured that we pick up the pieces, and our party right now is a frontline, party in terms of all the indicators, that are coming out, from the campaign. We are far ahead of all the parties that are running in the gubernatorial election in Edo State, and our chances are the brightest. We are very, very optimistic of winning the election. All we are interested is to make sure that it is free, fair, and credible. And we believe that INEC will do that.
I think, sorry, just to add, presidential election that held last year, Labour Party beat all political parties in Edo State. Labour Party polled 51% of the votes casted in the last election in Edo State, whereas PDP and APC put together got 47% of votes in Edo State. And so that means that Edo State is our territory. It is a place that the voters belong to Labour Party. And as God will have it, we have managed to present the best governorship candidate in Edo State. The former president of Nigerian Bar Association, Barrister Olumide Akpata, is head and shoulder above all the candidates that are contesting election in Edo State. Those who know, those who hail from Edo State, will tell you that PDP has mismanaged Edo State for the last 8 years, and before them, APC. Now, there are no passable roads in Edo State. There's no infrastructure of note there. And the best exemplary leader is the young man they refer as to their guy in Edo State, Barrister Olumide Akpata. And so the election in Edo State, you would have watched the campaign by our leader yesterday, and our belief and every indication on ground, all the political polls conducted today, has shown that Labour Party will win the governorship election in Edo State landslide. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
You said? Dr. Chigbo Okoli.
So I want to ask that, as it stands now,
What is happening is that there is contestation inside the party for things to be done right. And there has been serious derailment that has been taking place for so long. And through the regulator, INEC, and the many strategic groups that own the party, attentions have been drawn to these maladies that have been dropped for so long. And now they are beginning to catch the attention of all concerned. And INEC has now taken the bull by the horn by ensuring that the rules must be respected. That is why the moment the tenure of Abure expired, INEC just showed the red line. And he was expelled or disallowed from attending the first meeting that INEC called this year for chairman of all the parties. I'm sure you had seen that. In August, again, another meeting was called. He advised himself not to be there, as we highlighted in our own report, because clearly his tenure had ended, including the extension that was given to him. It has ended. And that is along with the National Working Committee of the party. So that is what it is, as per what the regulator is doing, as per what the law is saying, as per what our constitution is saying. In the absence of that, leadership, his tenure had expired. Stakeholders are now working with INEC to ensure that no vacuum is allowed to take place. And that's why the NTC had been working to maintain leadership of the party. And that is what, had been now really legitimized by the Abure meeting that just ended last week. And it is NTC, it is the caretaker committee now that is being, assembled by the stakeholders in the NEC meeting that was held, in Umuahia, that INEC is now going to really take steps to ensure that what the consent judgment and the INEC brokered agreement, had ordered should now be taking place. That is to say, go ahead to do an all-inclusive and expansive convention in which congresses will be held at the wards, local government, state, and a national leadership will emerge. And that is what the caretaker committee has mandate to do in conjunction with the Independent National Electoral Commission. So the party has no faction. The party has recalcitrant personalities that who are not, respecting the law, and they are refusing to accept that the tenure had ended. And once they are able to be sober and accept that fact, there will be peace in the party. Before
Now, wow, LP. Oh my God, Abure mess up big time. What a disgrace! What a disgrace! He had a golden opportunity to drive this home. He didn't. He just made a mess of everything. Let me quickly come to Mama Ichu. Are you ready to talk before I go to Mr. Ike? Welcome, Mr. Ike. Greetings, sir.
Yes, Sister Moye, how are you?
I'm very well, sir. Thank you for coming. How are
Sister,
you?
I'm fine. Hey, my sister, long time. Ify, in a while, you still there? In a while, you forget your brother now. In a while.
Uncle Ike, 5 bosa, 5 bosa, 5 bosa.
I do. God bless you.
Good evening, sir.
God bless you.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Welcome. This Abure matter, the guy messed up. But anyway, you guys were here when Peter Obi, earlier on, Peter Obi was on News Central, and he's the one that what's it called? Is the one that made me title the show today as Gogo Analysis, because he used that word. So I had to use it too. I was like, the father, their father, their father. I have to borrow that word and use it too.
See, if anybody explain Nigeria to you, you will never understand it. When you're talking about Tinubu, look at Abure. I never knew who he is until Peter Obi. The only I will blame Obi a little bit. He should have left this mess and go start his own politics, because it's too much. He's better than this. He should have let this man go with the Wahala and go start his own political party with the people, other people that, that have the same views. Imagine this man, from what I heard, allegedly transferred some money to his wife's account.
Brother to the wife, the brother, and I think children. I think so, it's crazy, and then they'll transfer.
Sister, my question is this: how are they gonna recover this money? That is the question. We're talking about Tinubu, but look at us, ordinary citizens. We're even worse than the people we're even calling.
I'm telling you.
We are worse than them. What is the difference between him and Tinubu, Peter? There is no difference. The same thing the person at the top is doing, the same thing the person below is doing. And how can we exonerate him? So my question, how are they going to recover all these billion? Because the money they're mentioning, not be small money.
Not be small money, I'm telling you.
It's millions of dollars. So how are they going to recover this money from him? That's my question. Because if not, he's going to go scotch-free. So that's why he doesn't want to have them recovered all the documents from him. Because if they haven't, they're not going nowhere. I think you can't even say to go to court, so the whole thing tired me, honestly. Like the man was saying, INEC. Is it not the same INEC that rigged the election? Why are you calling INEC? We don't even know if INEC is part of the problem. I beg. Nigeria matter don't tire me. INEC call, INEC ni. INEC that we rig the same election for Edo State. If APC doesn't win this election, I will be surprised. If APC doesn't win this Edo election, I'll be surprised. Walai. I'm not even mentioning Olumide. How is he going to win that? With all these fights, internal fights that is going on within the party. And then with PDP. APC will win election. If they don't win it, I'll be shocked. So let's give it to him, because it is still going to be the same, waiting be his name, Mahmoud, Yakub, or whatever his name is. He's still going to be the person to announce the results. And you are telling me that we will sit here and he will give PDP or LP they do. It's not possible. It is not possible. I mean, come on now. Who is even hoping that there will be election? It's not possible. The election will be rigged. They will want to go to the court. They will go to the court. And guess what? APC will win the election. And nothing will still happen. Just like nothing happened during presidential, nothing will still happen in this election. Let's get it. And, unless we citizens decide to stand up, stand firm, and stand strong against this cabal, we are not going nowhere. Anybody expecting anything to come out of this country called Nigeria? This is not, I claim it in Jesus. There is nothing to claim. We live in the world of reality. When I hear people say, I claim it, it will never be our portion. 1 + 1 will always be 2. No matter how much so many ways you want to bend it, it will still do. So if you don't take accurate measures now, forget it, this Nigeria will never work. And I will always say, if you find Japa, you can pray from January to December. When I came to Nigeria 2 years ago, December, fuel was 300 naira. And I was telling my sister, we were talking about it when she went to fill her tank in my village. I say, hey, 300 naira, now we have fuel don't reach. Now it's 1,000 naira. And still nobody's doing anything. It will get to 2,000 and still nobody will do anything. It will get to 3,000 and still nobody's going to do anything. And we're going to do what? Accommodate it, thinking that it's okay. But I feel sorry for people that are in Nigeria that don't have anybody that will support them. I feel sorry for them. These people, they don't care about you. I asked a question in OVS channel. How can you say that a country that has crude oil is importing crude oil, is importing fuel? Who does that? And sell it very expensive to its citizens? How can you say a country that has a crude oil doesn't have refinery? 4 refineries were not working, but they spend billions of dollars trying to fix the same refineries, and still it's not working. They have spent millions of dollars paying the workers that are not doing anything, and still it's not working. Now, Dangote spends less than the money they reimbursed, to fix the refinery, and still we are still not seeing the field. Who is fooling who? Who is lying to who? We are too old for this now. Nobody be picking no more for Nigeria. Even little child self, everybody know politics. We are there for this matter. Why are you people lying to us and expecting people to believe, trying to come this in and rub it on our face, that you people are telling us the truth, that you spend billions of dollars trying to fix refineries? Not even one is working. Now everybody is relying on Dangote. Even the one Dangote built. Now NNPC will tell us how much they're gonna sell the fuel. And Mr. Dangote, my father in the Lord, and my father in the blood. When you put the price of the cement, did you get permission from the government to tell us how much you're gonna sell the cement? No, you did not. So when you came out and cried, Nigerians supported you. Now, when the government backed you up, you forgot the same citizens that you cried. Right? I feel sorry. But one thing I know for sure, my only happiness every time I wake up is that all it will take is 6 feet for every one of us. You cannot run away from it. No matter how much you steal from this country called Nigeria, it will take 6 feet. Me, you, all of us will die the same death. All of us will be buried inside ground. What are you going to do with all this money? Look at Wigwe. Where is he with his wife and his son? Upon all the money. So many rich people. The guy that owns Apple. His business is soaring in billions, but he's no longer here. Look at Dubai. Dubai used to borrow money from Nigeria. Look at it today and look at us today. Now we are going there. Our women are prostitutes, opening their mouths. People will poop inside their mouth. Girls in Libya.
I beg you, please, edit.
Oh, sorry,
edit your, I beg.
Sorry. doing a shower walk. Come on, my people, wake up. If you think these people are going to give you this thing, no, you have to, like Tinubu say, grab it, snatch it, and run away. That is the same way we're going to grab it and snatch it from them. If you're waiting for Tinubu to step down, Tinubu will be there in the next 8 years. That one for sure. Anybody contesting the election in 2027 is just waste of time. Tinubu wasn't the president. He rigged the election. Imagine now that he has everything in line for him. Now you're going to take the power away from him. The only way he will not be there in 2027 unless God calls him before time. Other than that, we will deal with this for 8 years. And by then, maybe we start buying fuel 5,000 naira a liter. All of us, our brain will reset. But for now, we never start. Thank you. Good to see you, Uncle Mike. Thank you, Amoy.
Sister Ify, God bless you. Sister Moye, where do we start? Where do we?
You can start from anywhere. I played Peter Obi's interview today. If you listen to it, if you have anything to see, to piggyback from what he said, and also this Abure issue, this is a follow-up video. You want to take it from there, that's also good. Before you go, Mr. Ike, I just wanted to quickly say to my sister Ify, so this where you're standing, there's no hope. That's clearly your stance, which is, I can't knock that at all. I can't, because if you look at everybody who's looking at what's going on in Nigeria, it almost seems like it's like a hopeless situation. I'm choosing to have some hope. I don't know where the hope. Don't ask me where. I can't even answer. And my own is that I feel like we're responsible. If that country finally sinks, each and every one of us is responsible equally. So I am standing on the side that whatever we need to do to pull it out of the deep blue ocean where they have sunk the country, no matter how small it is, I'm willing to do it. Because whether we like it or not, that's our ancestral land. I'm going to keep fighting for it. I don't know why. I don't know why I still have hope. I have no idea. There's still that little bit of hope, even though what I see in front of me doesn't tell me anything positive, but I'm choosing to because that's all I know. So, Mr. Ike, you can go, please.
Well, thank you. I think let me start with PO's interview today. He shows his consistency to what he believes, his vision, his mission, his ideas for a better Nigeria. His message has been consistent from 2023 up to today that he had an interview. He has been very consistent to his message. And the message is the message that every common man in the street can understand, He has never deviated from what he believed, and the only way forward for Nigeria as a country. And he's a man with a mission, and his beliefs and his faith, I think, is his own engine oil that is powering his belief on what he believes in Nigeria or what Nigeria can become. Irrespective of all the ups and downs, he knew, and he said it in his interview, if you're operating in a correctable society, your brain doesn't think well, you can't think straight, But at the end of the day, he has a message for not only Nigeria, but Africa and the world. And that is what his message is. If you reflect what happened in Rwanda before he went there yesterday, Mr. Peter Obi is not a leader of Nigeria, but he's a leader of the black race. So everything he is doing, he is inspiring the entire continent of the world, more especially the African continent. The youth, the younger generations of tomorrow, he's inspiring them with his vision, with his message, with his simplicity and humility and respect, that with all those you can achieve a lot. So I think he is his message and his vision is too big for Nigeria. So that is the perspective I see my principle. So I think that irrespective of the way we feel, the anger, the frustration, every time he speaks, he gives you a sense that even in the midst of the circumstances, we can at least have a little, you can be hopeful for tomorrow, even though we know that tomorrow is bleak. So I think it was a very revealing interview today, because he did open up a lot, about so many things in the area of economy and how to salvage Nigeria and stuff like that. So I was impressed with his with his interview, and I think, like my sister Ify, all of us are frustrated. So most of us who invested a lot, energy, time, resources, and everything in 2023. Some of us, somebody like me, I think in the damage program, I was giving up, because of the way everything went. But as they go by, every time I sleep, I wake up, I look at my children and I look at my grandkids, right? And they continue to make me to, rethink my decisions and the frustration and the anger that I felt, And I think one of the things that really broke me, was when my grandkids, they were here on vacation. I was in one of the platforms. My grandson was asking me, Grandpa, every time I see you, you're talking to people online.
Whose mic is on? Somebody's mic is on. Okay, go ahead, Mr. Ike.
What are you discussing? I said, I'm discussing about my country, Nigeria, how we can be better. So he said, but Grandma, tell me that you are angry, you are frustrated because of the election that took place. I said, yes.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, but Grandpa, if you are angry, and what will I do if I grow up like you and something like that happens? Grandpa, what do you advise me that I have to do? So it's a kind of that conversation between you and the child of 4 years or 5 years. As they stay, as the vacation is winding up, it transformed me, it changed me a lot, because if my grandson of 5 years, can be able to understand the way the granddad is feeling because of something that happened more than 1 million miles away from where I am. But because of my love for my country, that grandpa is not happy, and so as time goes on, it begins to change me from trying to abandon everything to start believing that there is a way we can be able to salvage Nigeria. So on Saturday, when I was speaking to them through video call, he asked me, Granddad, have you been speaking to your friends online? I said, yes, today is Saturday. I'm supposed to join, but because I'm speaking with you guys, maybe later I'm going to join. So, okay, I'm happy to hear, Granddad, you didn't stop. I said, no, I didn't stop because you made me not to stop. So it's a kind of everyday reflection and everyday, trying to picture Nigeria in different perspective. And as I live in this beautiful island, I compare so many South American, Central American countries that are closer to me here that are going through a lot of stuff. And at the end of the day, I keep thinking that I can be hopeful, even if it is at least 40, 50%. So this is the way I've been trying to recover myself from what transpired in 2023. If we, because the politics before, they say politics is a dirty game. That was the story we were hearing so many years ago when we were back home. That politics is a dirty game, but actually it's not a dirty game. It's those people who don't want you to be part of it that has made it to be, that will make you to believe that it's a dirty game, So I think that Nigeria, no matter however we see it, east, west, north, and south, is still our home. So I was happy with the interview, and I think his consistency and his belief is part of the engine oil that I continue to propel me personally. I've learned so much from 2023. I was following Mr. Peter Obi, but not for a very long time. But when he jumped into the national limelight about politics, I followed him and I learned so much. I've learned so much, and I think it's an asset, not only to Nigeria, but the continent of Africa. So I am really very, very grateful that I was able to dive deep into, knowing who this young man is. And I think every day I have no regret of knowing him, so that's by the way. Oluchi, remember Sister Moye, only if you follow, Oluchi has, before she was suspended, that she has had a press conference about Abure and the money of Labour Party,
Yeah, I remember that first time she came out. She came out to talk, and I think people were shutting her down at that time.
Yeah. It's not new, but what pushed me so deep was after day before yesterday when Aisha came out. Because when Aisha and the campaign team, when they submitted the account of their whatever that transpired, she didn't open it up the way it opened it up day before yesterday.
Yes.
And when she opened what she opened up yesterday, then I married it together with Oluchi's statement based on what Aisha said. And the people who were trying to shut this woman up, they are the people that were eating that money. They were the people that were sitting on top of that money. They were the people that are holding Labour Party down, right? So the revelation of Aisha was very deep. Where I was so angry with this young man called Abure was when Aisha was explaining what happened between her team and the what do you call them? The agent. You see the agent, right? The agents, the agents of Labour Party.
Polling unit agents? Is that what you're trying to?
The polling unit agents of Labour Party. The revelation of Aisha Yusuf yesterday made me to feel if somebody can just disappear, you understand, disappear, fly to somewhere, and you go into where Abure and all those members of that, they call themselves NEC, you gather all of them, tie all of them up and throw them into the Atlantic Ocean, because that was what I was feeling when Aisha made that revelation about what transpired, about how this man and his gang changed the names of the people that were originally that had been positioned to be the polling agents.
Yeah,
That
and obedience were trying to be polling. I remember it was a big thing on Twitter where people were coming and reporting and saying that they were offering to be polling unit agents. They kept frustrating them. I mean, it was so everything that Aisha was the one that really, really like opened everything up. And I started adding to, I was adding up everything that has been, and it's, it's unfortunate. It's such disgrace. That man had the golden opportunity to be a star. Go ahead, sir.
You could have imagined that if we did not have somebody like Aisha in that team who was running the financial part of this campaign, you could have imagined what would have happened. So, people are, a lot of people are, that's why I say, if you are following Mr. Peter Obi, if you are not a man, or if you are not somebody who is patient enough, you get frustrated, you get angry, you might walk away. And by the time you walk away, you will discover that by the time you want to retrace your step back because of not trying to understand, because this man is a man of due process. And for a man who believes in due process, it takes a long time when you are working in such an environment that is filled with filthy men and women. So the process takes a long time. Remember, on the day that they presented their campaign account, he promised us that there is going to be a private auditor that is going to audit the account, right? That is going to audit the account of Labour Party. After that interview, that is where the problem Abure started. That is why he have decided to sneak out and go to Newi and had a convention, so that audit is not going to take place.
Yeah.
You understand? So all these things you see Abure and his gang is doing is because of the money that they have eaten.
Yes.
But Peter Obi was ready to give him a landing spot, because Mr. Peter Obi has been trying to be very, peaceful, trying to make Abure to understand, trying to make him and his team to understand that the best way that we can be able to resolve this matter is in-house. But because their fears has pushed them to go to the extreme where they are right now. So, Abure and his team has lost, they have lost Labour Party. But I think that what INEC is supposed to do, because the INEC themselves, like if you were saying, they are the people who let us know that Abure's time has expired. So INEC do not recognize Abure and his team again as executive members of Labour Party, because the meetings that have taken place 2 times this year, he was not allowed into the meeting. So he is no more the chairman of Labour Party. But the problem has been, because Mr. Peter Obi is not an elected officer of Labour Party, the person that was supposed to have come in was a Lexoti, because that's the only elected member of the NEC of Labour Party who could have taken this decision that they took in Omai. But because Alex was trying to also explain that he has been trying, privately to make this man and his team to understand that this way they are trying to go is not going to be the best way for anybody. So he was pushed to the wall that they decided to do what they did. And you can see that Abure himself has lost all the whole elected officers of Labour Party, because all of them were.
Mr. Ike, we can't hear you. Can anyone hear me? Maybe it's my.
Yes, I can hear you. Yeah.
Okay. Mr. Ike, can you hear us? I think his connection went out.
Yeah, well,
Mr. Pereira, welcome. Greetings.
Yeah. Just I'm going to be here just for a short while, but I just don't want
No
to
problem.
leave. I don't want to leave all of now talking without bumping in and say one or two things. If he greetings, or if he and Mr. Hike, if you get reconnected back, and OC, you guys are doing a great job. Look, let me just give my own 2 cents and then run away. I have 4 key points I want to make. Number one, this Nigerian situation or problem we have. It's be small thing. It's something that has developed over. It started building 800 years ago. It formed about 100 years ago. It turns into an egg about 60 years ago, 64 years ago, and it's a traumatic thing. It's not something small. Okay, 4 key points. You see, personally, I am one person who don't believe in this current political dispensation, and my reasons are varied. But since we're not going to carry gun, that's the only thing we have. And if you were right, but your situation is not really hopeless, and I will tell you why I think it's not hopeless. You know, because OC described this as hopeless. I will tell you why. You see, we are undergoing terrible trauma. We got to this stage because when the white man left, we had a perception that he has killed a big cow, or we are leaving the village, we are going to the city to go hunt for bushmeat or for meat to feed the family. That is our perception of politics. Our perception of politics is that when you go to Abuja or when you go to Lagos, you are going there to go bring home results, food for your family, for yourself. You're not going there to build a nation. You're not going there to build a city. So we might now call it democracy. We might call it military rule, whatever name we call governance. As Africans, our perception of governance is we're going there to be a success. And whatever success means, if success means stealing 20 billion, that's success. We steal that 20 billion, not building road, electricity, building cars, airplane. So this perception has not changed. And sadly, it has been reinforced over time. It's a very bad perception to have and go into politics with that type of perception. If the people in the West go into that perception, go into politics with our perception, they too would fail. So therefore, for all our political parties, none of them has real philosophical ideology for development. They have, make we go there, go share national cake. Governance is about baking national cake. It's not about sharing national cake. So until the ideological framework of political parties are redesigned, are revolutionized, we're not going to go anywhere, no matter how. A lot of things hasn't helped us. Our tribes, our religion, our personal greed, our corruption, our religion in particular, that a lot of things is just making the whole thing worse. But within that bad system, there are still some good people. And out of which came this guy, Obi, that Mr. Ike will literally die for.
Yeah, my brother. It's not necessarily.
There are still good people within that system. They just few.
My idea of PO is not is just what he represents.
Yes, I know. He represents the few good ones.
So that's why. So that's why don't you think that that's why you see that a lot of people cannot be able to stay with Mr. Peter Obi, because what you are just explaining now is what he wants to build. Knowing fully well the ground where he wants to build that. You perfectly understand the ground where he wants to build that.
Yeah, I know, but that environment is not ready for him yet. So what we do here, particularly what Omoye does, what if he does, what you do, coming here to talk every day, is part of that thing. It's small. It looks meaningless. Like if he has not lost hope, if he still comes, despite the fact that she knows that Nigeria is finished, she will still show up and speak her own. You know, it shows.
She can't help it. The love is there. If you know when the love is there,
the love is there, but she has not found the right ship.
There is no hope.
Where she needs to go.
There is no hope.
Not there.
My brother, there is no hope. Where is the hope?
Well, I will tell you, there's no hope. You're right. So a certain say, you're right, there's no hope, but at the same time, there's hope. Right now, the weather, the elements are aligning in the favor of the feel good. Whether it will materialize in our lifetime, I don't know. That's where our bridge connect. But
so you want this to materialize after I die now?
It could happen after we die. It could happen in our lifetime, but we can't keep quiet. But the elements,
it will happen in our lifetime. We just have to.
We have to be hopeful. Because if we lose hope, you won't show up. You still have hope, even though you don't express it. If we lose hope, so the elements are actually aligning. So as the elements are aligning, what I mean as this Balablu regime is giving Nigeria the wototo that they deserve. More of a few good men. I said we had a few good men. The number of the few good men would slightly increase, and the change will matter. But going forward, Nigeria as it is now, with the current oil prices and all this madness going on, Nigeria is going to have 3 directions or 4. One, whether we like it or not, either we explode, massive explosion where Africa go here and Rwanda will be child's play, as we're going now, or 2, we divide, everybody go their own separate ways, or 3, this political dispensation is revolutionized from within. It's hard for the MOB, it's hard for Labour Party. How do you get rid of the Arabambi, the Abure, and all that? So this is a problem Nigeria face. This is a Nigerian factor. So those are 3. Then there's the 4th option, which to me myself is not clear. Military force or military intervention. But if the military intervene again and Nigerians still have the same mentality to governance, it will still be the same results. So there has to be that awesome revolution of mind, and somebody had to lead that charge. Obi is still playing like a politician. He's not a revolutionary. Sowore is not widely accepted, but his methodology is there. So somebody has to lead that charge, said, look, we want to change the mindset of Nigeria. We want to build what we call a national conscience of a nation. What the South Africans call the black consciousness. When they were under apartheid, they started what they call a black consciousness. We need a whatever it is, I don't know what name would we call it, a consciousness building that will redefine us of what governance is. Governance is not going to the bush to go look for bushmeat to bring back to the village. Governance is not the white man has killed a big cow that we all have to take a cutlass and go share. We have until we get there. Maybe that your grandchildren, Ike, would have it. Maybe my daughter would have it. I don't know. But the young people are trying. I see what's going on a lot in Twitter. As the negative are going, the positive are going. I see what's going on YouTube, on Facebook. So social media is helping. But we can't give up. We can't be quiet. The elements are aligning. We just have to hope it aligns well. If your boss will still come, don't want that will say, hey, this is the one. This is the one. This is what I'm talking about. I've been waiting. Your boss will come and, it will take us there. But it's aligning. So let the people suffer. Let them continue to suffer. Tinubu will end up being a blessing in the long run because he's getting us there. Shall we say we don't get sense? He's
Baby
giving us.
He's asking us to take baby step.
He's reshaping our sense. That's
baby step. You are taking the baby step.
He's taking the baby step that will prepare. Okay, so the Yorubas have a saying. Look, it's a very important saying, and I love that saying. It's my grandmother always saying. It said, "Olomo go." She would then do that. Let me give you direct translation, Mr. High. They say the child is dumb, and you're saying that child should not die. And then she would do, what bigger poison exists than foolishness? That is the state of our people.
You know, my brother. You know, when you talked about Sowore, you know why the perception about Sowore? I think he is helping himself to create that perception by himself, because I see that there are certain elements of people that he can be able to work with, but like as you said,
don't forget that Sowore also is still a Nigerian.
Yeah, I know, but
he's still a, and me myself that is talking here, I'm still a Nigerian. There's that Nigerian factor, that damaging DNA that the white man has given us. They started 800 when they came to pick us first away as slaves. Then he continued when that mad dog said he amalgamated us. Then he continued again from when we claim we have independence when we really don't. So you understand that element is still in us, and it will play its part. And that is the pride in us when we know, say, instead of us to work together and say, this is the problem, that our personality will get in. So don't blame Sowore, but in terms of strategy, he's on the right track.
I know, but the point I'm trying to raise about Sowore is this. If you listen, the idea that no man is an island. He wants to do revolution, he cannot do it alone. Like what you're saying. For example, the same system we are talking about in Nigeria, every system has been bought over.
Yeah.
The Nigerian Association of Nigerian University Students has been bought over. So there are so many.
Let me give you this list is long. Nigerian Student Association, Nigerian Civil Society, Nigerian Bar Association, anything, Nigerian Police, anything, Nigerian Journalists Association. Look, for me, in this fight, my biggest enemy, it's not even the likes of Tinubu or the Ononugas. You want to know who my biggest enemies are in this struggle? Ike asked me. People like me who are educated, who live abroad, who live. I will tell you why. I see them as more dangerous than Tinubu or the Nigerian Army or the Nigerian Police or the DSS. People like me who come on here on Medium and say things like this. I'll tell you their line. These are their line. There's corruption. And once you come in and say, Nigeria is corrupt, there's corruption. There's corruption everywhere. That's your educated Nigeria. There's corruption everywhere. And then you come in, Nigerians are suffering. The people have the inflation. There's inflation everywhere. Those are the dangers. They soften the blow for the crook. You understand? And when they talk, they will tell you this thing is everywhere, but they don't mention that this place they are living, enjoying the comfort of an order that work, that NEPA doesn't take lights. They have good roads. Their pipe water runs. But the moment you're saying Nigeria has these hills, they will be the first to come and tell you, but this is everywhere. It's not new. Malaysia has corruption. US has, you understand? Those are our biggest enemy. That is Nigeria's biggest enemy. They're not Tinubu or Ononuga. It's the educated fools.
I agree with you, Ferreira. Because
let me
today,
small.
Today I got into it with somebody.
You go. Eh?
I got into it with somebody on the Ovie's show. And I'm like, why are you justifying these people? I understand that there is inflation everywhere, but other countries are doing something. What is our own country doing? Instead, our own is getting worse every day. Every day.
We're living inside Shalanga. Shalanga is a sheet, inside sheets, and we are taking a bath with urine. And some people who go school will still come here and say, it's not that bad. It's they are trying. They are this. That is our biggest problem.
Maybe I'm missing something. How they try?
Alaba, can I say something?
Yeah, go ahead, Mama. Make I check my rice while you cook.
Greetings. Those are the audience. Greetings, my sweethearts there.
God bless you.
You know when they're out there greeting my sister Ife, good evening. Ahala salute. Audience, una sabi me now. Na yes, I show right now. They wake me up, and it really wake me up. Hey, Aisha say, I need to know the no.
Yes, so now Ovekuve.
No, Ovekuve.
Mata.
But you see, my belly they sweet me. And now I can't day in love. I am falling in love with a thief Tinubu. I am falling in love with thief Tinubu. Before I hate her, my sister Ife. Now before now they verse for her. But now thief Tinubu, you are my darling. You know why? You are my honey pie. You are my sugar pie. Chief Tinubu. You know why? Because during election, you play the bigots, the divide and rule game. They throw tribe for now. Now run for as he enter office finish, he close the gate. I don't get what I want. Thief Tinubu, who say your governor not sweet? Because right now, breakfast, everybody. Lunch, everybody. Dinner, everybody. It don't call as supper, Jonah. The supper when it come add Jonah, it come add them pepper spices. Petro, that be the pepper soup. When he give us for supper to take kule. Because all the one when he come buga, when the rest he not pitch them for body. As he come add pepper soup, Petro joiner. Let get these birds come begin to rain. My sweetheart, you are correct, man. But the thing be say, I got to say, sweetie, why you they give us all these things now? Why are you giving us the same breakfast? Why are you giving us the same lunch? Why are you giving us the same dinner? And now you're going to ask supper of petrol? He said, yes, sir. He said, I want make their head, make it reset. And they give you all this, make una head reset. Because if una head not reset, come 2027. Hey. Chief Tinubu, sweetie heart, I love you. And in Nigeria, it is not left for you people whether you will remain dummy forever. Home and abroad, all the educated illiterates. You want to remain forever? If the situation in Nigeria that is affecting everybody, home and abroad, it not help you reset your brain, then you not go reset again. So make una not dey blame my husband, sweetie husband, Chief Tinubu again, no, because na correct man. He sabi the thing well, because he knows say una na one thing I go just throw for now. Bigotry, tribe, kaka, una go be dey dance for one. Una not see una self. Una not see una self. What does the Sheikh Tinubu do? Did he rig election with you people? Did he have to rig the election? Educated illiterates there. Did he help? But now they fly presidential jet up and down the buka. He don't even call they use the yacht. Then they cruise. If Papa fly presidential jet, the other they go somewhere. Sheyi Tinubu carry una private, una jet, what do they call it? Yacht. He carry yachts. He did that they cruise with his friend. You non-entity children. I be not, hey, make na time Papa God. Because I vex with all these children I follow Tinubu. I dey vex. I can't say when I go into the stage again, Father, I will hate them with passion. Papa say, no, you do not need to hate these children. There is only one weapon that you will use to conquer the ethnic or tribal bigotry. You get to love all of them equally. So those following Shogora, they are your children. Those following Obi, they are your children. Those following PDP, they are your children. But I am giving you one weapon to bring them to you. The opiums. So he asked me to love you. And love conquers all things. Love conquers all things. So you educated morons that are in the Western world, that you see the light, but yet you lie from your teeth, you lie with your tongues, and you deceive them at home. Some of una, Mama Hesho go so pack una go to Nigeria, so that una go enjoy the enjoyment there. Una not the shame. Una the shame. Una the shame. All the children wanna born for here. If we not repair Nigeria, make them go home. Una know what the children be, and they call them born throwaway. Born throwaway children wanna born everywhere. Now not repair Nigeria. Una buy you to say go your village. All of you that built mansion to show up in Nigeria, you there hear your mansion. Other people ain't don't know how you they cross snow. They fall like me. Me and they fall where for snow those days. Because now crushes now they use correct crushes. Yeah, I lost my leg. So now crushes that they take balance. Sometimes I go fall. You see, all those fall were not in vain. Because then I was so angry with God. Why you carry me come here? It took me years. It took me years to know why you carry me here. And why not be this? Anywhere. Una know where? Una tell my grandpapa. Una tell and say, children are the leaders of tomorrow. My grandpapa live. He not become leader. He comes tell his son, which is my papa. He said, go to school, you are the leaders of tomorrow. My papa do go to school again. Baka. He reached my papa live his whole life. He not become leader. My papa come sing up for me. Go to school, you are the leaders of tomorrow. See me. I don't reach how many years now. Leadership I not get. Then I come they sing the same song for my children. Parents, listen to your children. Papa. We are the children of tomorrow. We are the leaders of tomorrow.
Your generation.
Let us see important and give us the best. I refuse. I don't sing that song for my children. When you say that leadership, I must carry and give them. You know, hear me? I am giving them, and they carry and give them. I will not sing that song and leave them empty-handed. So you know what? The battle has been drawn. Jagaban, they said then they overthrow Ikube president, correct. They can't even tell me, say, even especially Jagaban. I know that. But one thing I let you to know, that there was a time in the land of Israel. The men refused to war. They were afraid to go to this particular war. But the Israelites, they don't go, they will perish. The Bible tells me there was a woman called Deborah, and she rose. And he told the men, let's go. Did Deborah win that battle or not? When Deborah win that battle, I will win the battle. Because come 2027, as long as he has taught me in my mother's womb, as long as he did, as long he gave me faith, as long he gave me this mother, as long as he has taught me and give power to my children, whether you like it or not, from chancellor to president, now my children, they take over. So the battle is between the Senate Godfather is they give power. Correct. So the battle now no Godfather, no godmother is not ever give power to people. So Nigeria, hear me and hear me well. The battle for 2027 is between the Godfather or the Godfather and the only godmother of our time. I, Mama H.O., the owner of the universe, are behind me. My children, they are behind me. Together, Nigeria great again. We will build a new Nigeria. I was told that Nigeria is the giant of Africa. But right now, we are not even the giant of an ant. Therefore, it is time for us to claim back our glory. And we are claiming back, whether you like it or not. You know what it is? The main problem, the main cocoa, not the all these puppet Jakaba. The main cocoa, our greatest enemy. The root cause of everything that is happening in Nigeria and Africa today, whether you believe it or not, I don't care. But it is this white entity. You are the cabals in the entity. They have power, but I say no. I said no. My children are smart. My children are intelligent. My children are queen. My children are king. My children are prince and princess. That is who they are. But you guys have turned that to non-entity. I say no. This time I bring forth my children and let them reign in glory and let them reign and shine. Children, I don't care what they have done you to. Whatever you are doing,
oh, Mama Echo, thank
whatever
you.
they have done you to today, that is not who you are.
That's right. That's right, Mama Echo. Thank you. Thank you. You have sent the they don't hear words. They're not they hear before they don't hear. With some you talk, so their ear don't open. Everybody you say we don't hear. Oh.
You even know what let me tell you one thing. I have two battles to fight with my children. The political battle and the economic battle. They told my children that they are poor and hungry. Is it not best that people stop? Now they start political battle. But children, don't worry. Your mother did not just come with us to tell the Papa God that if they don't eat, they can join me to fight this battle. So he has given me what we need and other things that we will need to give you the economic power that you need. With the economic power, if we begin to give you economic power now, taking over the political battle will be as easy as iced tea.
Thank you very much, Mama Echo. You are our mother in Israel here. You are our prophet. A prophet of our time. Thank you so much. We appreciate you, Mama Echo. Sorry, Mr. Ike, did you finish your thoughts before I come to Mr. Ferreira?
No, I think the motion of Amaecho is a reflection of what I was saying, the way I was feeling after the election of 2023.
We can barely hear you, sir.
You can hear me now?
There seems to be is somebody's mic on? Okay, you can speak now. Let's try again.
You can hear me now?
Yeah, much better. Yes.
What I was trying to say is that what Mama Esho was his expression is about what people like me and millions of Nigerians felt after 2023, and like my sister Ify is it takes a lot of strength to recover from a kind of what transpired in 2023, and I think gradually we shall all get over it. But I think that it should be able to unite us more than what it has united us in 2023. That's why I was talking to my brother Ferrari. I said, Showore is a revolutionist kind of, but you have to be able to open up your wings to be able to flow with people, because the Nigerian students and all what we were saying before, they have been bought over, right? The first demonstration they did, the Nigerian students, they said they're not going to be part of it because they have been given money. All of a sudden now they are calling for demonstration. So like Mama Echo said, every system has been captured, right? And it's difficult in the midst of Nigeria you cannot be a lone ranger. You have to be able to see that you can work with other people who have the same thinking with you, but they are not revolutionists, but they are politicians, because all of us cannot be activists. Activists are supposed to be active citizens. Active citizens means be a participant to everything that is happening, from the world to local to state to national, right? So he has to be able to try to understand that he needs to work with also some like-minded, honest, dedicated Nigerian politicians who want a better Nigeria as he wanted. Because if you're talking about this revolution about in Nigeria, listen, Nigerian youths, there are so many things that is happening with Nigerian youths today that look at what content creator has done in Nigerian society, the Nigerian youth today. Everybody is talking about everybody wants to be like Davido. Everybody wants to be Obi Kubana. Everybody wants to be Obi chief priest. Everybody wants to be this. Most of the youths who are clamoring to be Davido and the rest of them are not even ready to work. They just think that the money will just come from somewhere, So it's part of the capture of the society that we're talking about. So I think that he should know that he cannot do it alone. And with Nigerian society, civil societies, and the Nigerian Nigerian unions, and all the activists you have in Nigeria, most of them have been bought over, right? So it just have to see that few people that are still remaining, like Ferreira what he's saying, or like I believe, even in the midst of millions, there are decent and good, honest Nigerians everywhere you can find. So I think that Showore also should be able to open his understanding of politics with activism, because they cannot go together. It's not easy to go together. If you want to be an activist, you don't need to be a politician. If you want to be an activist with politician, that means that your understanding about political system, you have to open up your system to be able to accommodate, different views with your view. Because when you claim it, when you tell everybody to be a criminal or everybody to belong in the same system, it's not going to work, right? So, in as much as I respect him, I still need him to try to understand the system we find ourselves. This is Nigeria. It's a different system. Yes, I'm hearing you, Mama Checho.
You see, Pikin Showore, they're gonna live in matter and they work on it.
Yeah, but you understand where I'm coming from.
I know.
Yeah, because
wait, I know. I get assignment to bring them together, leave that one, and they work on it.
No, that doesn't mean you can't speak on it, Mama Echo. Let him make his point. That's okay. I mean, we're all here with. I have different opinions.
He didn't make his point. I'm only telling him that the outcry of those who want them to come together, I'm aware of it and I'm working on it.
Yes,
right. I understand that, but let him just flow with his thoughts.
Why am I saying this is because we have found ourselves in a system that are embedded with a lot of criminality, right? And if somebody who is inside that system, there is something that sometimes I used to, there are something that sometimes I used to ask myself, right? Sometimes I ask myself, is Mr. Peter Obi from Nigeria? This man, is he really a human being? Because that's the question I used to ask. That this man who has worked with all these criminals, this man who has been in this system, even in that corrupt system, he was standing alone. He was standing tall. That up to today, me and you, Omoye, as all of us are talking here today, up to today, no one single corruption of any kind in Nigerian system. It's hard. It is very, very, very hard. In as much as sometimes they tell you, I am not a saint, which is true. But can you, sometimes I used to lie on my bed and I think so deep. And I think about the genesis of this man's work in his life. And up to this time in the present day Nigeria that we find ourselves, that these people have tried everything humanly possible to link this man to something that they will use to silence him forever. It has never stuck. It has never worked. But it's working in their midst. Why? Because he understands the system. He knows the system. And that's why if you are listening to people who are too close to this man, you can see how stubborn Aisha is. But sometimes you can know how stubborn Mo can be. That he has a lot of young men and women who are crazy, who want to do things now. But he has transformed and changed the perspective of these people's understanding about how to follow Nigerian things, right? That sometimes now Aisha will tell you, hey, when people tell you, hey, leave this in for now, just believe it and leave it for now. Because you will come back to realize and understand why he tell you leave it for now. So we need people like Showore, but he has to be able to try to understand that this thing is not something he cannot do it alone. There are Nigerians everywhere, even in the midst of the student union, in the midst of labor, in the midst of civil society, in the midst of politicians. There are a lot of good Nigerians. that he can be able to work with. But he shouldn't be looking at everybody who has been a politician to be, that everybody is the same. Everybody is the same. Everybody is not the same, because Mr. Peter Obi is not the same. There are young men, there are other young politicians of Nigeria that are not the same, that are not corrupt, so that you can work together. But when you think you want to do it alone, it's not possible. You cannot do it alone in Nigeria. Nigeria is a different country, right? In Venezuela, every year a new opposition emerges in Venezuela, because when the government in town, when they pursue you as the first one, either you run to exile or they capture you, they prison you. They keep raising another person. It's not easy to conquer these people, because they have been embedded in the origination and the foundation of most of the countries in third world and Africa. So it takes a long time. It's a marathon, it's not a race. So if we want to do what we need to do for Nigeria 2027, we have to work together. People of like minds, right? We have to agree and disagree. But the first thing is to trust one another, that we can work together. Because Nigeria is a very delicate country right now. Okay? I raise my case.
Thank you very much, Mr. Ike. Thank you. Mr. Ferreira, are you still there? We can't hear you. You're on mute.
Sorry about that. Go to the next person. I'll be right back. Yeah.
Okay. All right. No worries. Yeah. So, I just want to say this, right? In as much as we all have our preferences, and all, I have my preference. Peter Obi will always remain number 001. I don't know. Double. If there's anything like doubles, there's anything like 000. Peter Obi, I'm sorry, is far above all the politicians that we've ever had in that country. Shore has his own power too. I have to give it to the man, right? He has his own power. I appreciate him from the angle of always wanting to push for change, regardless of, doesn't even care, putting himself in harm's way. And it's not the first time. He's paid a high price for it. He's lost a brother, and he keeps pushing. As much as I respect Shore, the only part I disagree with him really is where, and I know Mr. Ike, I know that you're not alluding to that. This is just my own little 2 cents to the matter. As much as the only part I disagree with him is when he always wants to lump Peter Obi with every other person. That's where I have a problem, because it's almost like, oh, wait, come on, we're all seeing what is happening. The handwriting is on the wall. Everybody can see it. You don't have to be on Peter Obi's side, but don't be disingenuous about it. Don't throw the man under the bus. Don't say things that are not the truth. Don't do that. Stand on your own. I appreciate his activism. I'm not going to lie. I appreciate his activism now more than ever before, to be honest. I really do. I respect it, because we can walk and chew gum at the same time. If that's what he wants to do and that's his focus, why not? Why shouldn't I put my support behind it, and say, hey, this man is pushing for change. Anything that's going to move us forward as a country, I'm in support of. I don't care where it's coming from. If Atiku wakes up tomorrow and suddenly realizes and starts the protest, enters the streets and starts to lead the protest, best believe I will be supporting Atiku right here. I'm telling you, because right now, as you said, Mr. Ike, we have to find a way to come together. We don't have to trust each other. We don't have to like each other. But you see, anything that will move this country forward, that will make the government realize, or at least fear the people, even if it's a little bit, we need that. So in that regard, I completely respect Shore. And I think he's tapered down. He doesn't talk about Peter Obi like he used to anymore, which I have come to. He doesn't. Because I even remember he did an interview recently and somebody were asking him, Peter Obi, when they asked him about protest, Peter Obi quickly distanced himself from it and all of that. What he said was, because Peter Obi does not want to, he's a gentle person. I appreciated that response. So somehow I think he kind of, whether we like it or not, he sort of has paid attention to what people's opinion is of him. And let me just be honest with you guys. You see, during this protest thing that was coming up in August, Showore was getting the popularity. I tell you for free. Because Nigerians got to a point where they were sick and tired. They needed answers, right? But of course, our typical attitude about it, when Nigerians will start something, the protest, they started telling them, go by the bush. Don't leave the bush side. Go to the, you can only protest here. You can only do this. You can, that just ruined it completely. So I have to give the man his flowers. He is doing what he can, as much as there's a lot of strength there. Only if you will just, put whatever it is aside and say, okay, for the good of the country, let's come together and let's push this. That's the only thing that is left for Showore to do. Whether he will do it or not, I'm not even hopeful. All I care about now is how we're going to move this country forward. Lobaton, Mr. Ferreira, you came back. Were you going to say something? Okay, never mind. When you come back, Mama
Can
Ito,
I
you
say
have your
something?
hand up. Go ahead.
You see, I'm saying this so that everybody could also learn from the school when I learned. When the whole thing happened, already physically I was already sick, but psychologically it got on me. It got on me because here is me calling you my mother. Some are following Obi, some are following Showore, some are even following the Jagaba and this thing. Showore no one agree with Obi. What is the reason? I get to know. Not be everything when person know. Not be everything when I know about between Obi and Showore, I will talk. The only thing when I don't make up my mind to be seen. By the mercy of God, and that he has asked me to do, the yelling of my children home and abroad for them to come together has been heard by me. And as the mother that I am, and what God told me we should be, he took me through an analogy. He asked me to pick broom. He now asked me to bring out a broomstick out of the broom. He asked me to sweep with the broomstick. And I swept, I couldn't. I said, Lord, I can't sweep with this. So he said, then break the broomstick, bend it. I bent it and it broke. Then he asked me to sweep with the bunch of broom. And everywhere was clean. Then he asked me to bend. I bent and nothing break. He said, I've given you the answer you need. So you and your children, you are a bunch of broom. So it is only in togetherness that you can sweep all these wicked people out of power. So therefore, Obi and Showore must come together. So for that, we are working on that. So all of you that have misconception about Showore, about this, I know why it be so.
Amaecho, I think your connection has said, yes, I agree. It is so. Don't pause. We are not even disputing Shuri matter. I mean,
So
I am appreciating the strength of. Personally, I'm appreciating the strength of Shuri. It's not even a thing as to
so
whether.
well,
And
let me round
I
up.
think Showore has already alluded to why he cannot support Peter Obi. It's not a secret. He actually
So
said it.
let me
Mm.
let me let me round up. Oh my God, my line of thought. Okay,
Your connection went off. We're not
it's
hearing
okay.
you. Mm.
Can you hear me now?
We can hear you now.
Good. So there are two ways. That is why I said all. For now, let's assume we'll not go to 2027. Therefore, I will encourage all my children home and abroad. We are fighting this battle from two ends. Showore's way, which is protest. Obi's way, which is 2027 election. So in all, let us put in our energy and strength. Instead of, let's forget about what happened, let's put it aside. Because we must work together as a bunch of broom. In a protest, let's go all out for it. Why? We are preparing for 2027. So we are not leaving any stone unturned at all. We are going to use they say, there's a parable that they made. Yoruba say, Onoko Waja. Now we say, one road not lead into market. So every road, when we see, we get two roads now. Protest, 2027 election. All of it is preparation for 2027. Let's learn to forgive one another of the past. Let's learn to love one another. Let's learn to walk in unity of purpose. Because this is a one war. Let's do the talk and walk the walk. Gone are the days we are doing only the talk. Now we want to do the talk and walk the walk. Because our enemy, they are smiling. They're not a smile. So we're gonna pray for us.
Yeah, Mama Echo, I don't think there's any fight. I don't think there's any disagreement. Nobody's disagreeing with him. A lot of people have actually, everybody is looking at it on both sides. There are people who are supporting the protest, there are people who are not. And you have to agree that the last protest, because a lot of people are still in prison that they have not released, a lot of people are being reluctant to come out, right? So it's not even an issue of, not one. We are the ones even desiring for everyone to work together. Peter Obi is open to it. Peter Obi has approached Ori many times, but he has turned it down. So really, it's up to him at the end of the day if he wants to work with Peter Obi or not, which is not a big deal, not before. But at the same time, a lot of us, no, that's fine. I'm just saying, a lot of us are still, we're waiting for the protest in October 1st because people are waiting to see that. And with the NLC chairman that has been arrested, you would expect that these NLC people will shut down the entire country so that,
So he has not been released.
Exactly. I think they released him on bail. That's what I heard. I don't know. Somebody can correct me if I'm wrong. But they released him on bail, and
No, he was released.
yeah,
They have released him already. So
so
I think he eventually went to London. I think they released him, and I think he probably went to the conference he wanted to go in London. I think he left.
Okay. Exactly. So that's just it. There's no, at this point in our life in Nigeria, I don't think we have time. We don't have the luxury of keeping grudge with anybody. I beg. Anybody when won't work with anybody, just feel free, join. It's about moving the country forward. What do we want to quarrel do at this time? There's nothing. Quarrel will not pay us now. If the country better, not be all of us will be better for. Everybody go there in corner, they enjoy. You know, that's the most important thing.
You don't know.
Go ahead.
You don't know that the quarrel is the easiest instrument that the opposition political party uses that don't want Nigeria to move forward. What is happening to Labour Party now? I think is weak is inside Labour Party. No, this is what is happening to Labour Party is a sponsored, you know, a sponsored activity that is going on in Labour Party. It's not something that is from within the Labour Party, because the party in power have discovered that if they should allow Mr. Peter Obi to organize Labour Party and make Labour Party what is supposed to be with the obedient movement, they can never survive 2027. Because they cannot be, no, even though now that they think that they have everything, they can never be able to rig election of 2027. Because with the new thing now that they want to do with the obedient movement now, official, you know, establishing obedient movement from the world to everywhere. When everybody will become a member, a category member of obedient movement. You know how many million people that is going to be a member of obedient movement? So these people know what they are doing. Abure has become an instrument that they are using. With Arabambi, can't you see the way Abure opened his hand to welcome Arabambi and Apaba? The people that were even still up to now, they are still suspended at the party. But he welcomed them with an open hand, took them to go and conduct convention, because now they are working together. So what is going on in Labour Party is not internal, it's external. And that's why that Mr. Peter Obi and these people, they know what is going on. And some of us that are followers, sometimes we are too quick we need action, we need this, we need that. We need, just like last time when we were talking about our brother Kenneth Okonkwo, right? We need this, I want it now, I need it now, I want it now, I need it now. It doesn't work. Because the more you need it now, you want it now, you need it now, you want it. If the more that they are creating more people, they are putting more fake people in your midst, right? So it is what is going on in Nigeria, because these people know that Mr. Peter Obi and the Obedient Movement and Labour Party, if they are given a free chance to operate, to organize, and become a real democratic political party in Nigeria, APC and PDP know that they have a problem. They know that they're having a very big problem. So they are doing everything humanly possible to make sure that there is crisis in Labour Party. Maybe before they want to lay their hands up, Labour Party is maybe between the middle of 2026, they will lay up their hands so that these people will not have time to organize themselves. What they are preventing now is to not allow Mr. Peter Obi to organize Labour Party. So we should also be understanding what is going on, that we should be smart what is going on. Abure, who was living in a 2-bedroom apartment, is now having mansions everywhere. Where did he get the money? Where did the money come from? People who know him when he was wearing only one shoe without changing his shoe. When he said he's chairman of Labour Party. Who know what Labour Party is? Do I know that there was a party called Labour Party? Do I know that there was a man called Abure until 2023? And today, the same house that he joined to build is the same house he went to destroy. That's Nigerian politics. That's Nigerian politics, my sister. This is our problem. So it's not easy to operate in Nigeria, because they will do everything humanly possible to bend you, to make you to succumb, to make you to surrender. So only few people never surrender in Nigeria. So Nigeria is a very dangerous political ground for every decent and honest Nigerian to be able to express himself and play the politics the way it's supposed to be played. So that's why we need everybody. And that's why I am supporting the move PO did by trying to reorganize obedient movement. Let it become a complete organization with structures, with full members. We want to know those who are really obedient.
Right.
We want to know people who are really obedient. We want to be card-carrying members of obedient movement. We want to be part of it. But now that they are beginning to do it, that's something that is good. Why he's doing this obedience something and is fighting with the election to be able to see if there is going to be peace in Labour Party. We are working in two ways. We are working in two ways, my sister. We are not working in one way. We are not working just Labour Party, no, but we are trying to make obedient to become a powerful force. So we need everybody. Nigeria need everybody. Like Sister Ife said the other time, people Nigerians that don't have family or friends that are outside Nigeria that once in a while try to help and assist them. Can imagine what is going on in Nigeria. You can imagine what people go through in Nigeria, right? So it is sad, my sister. It's very sad, but we cannot give up. We have to continue to fight, right? We will continue to fight. We'll continue to fight. We'll continue to believe.
Mm-hmm.
You know that tomorrow, election is going to Edo State, you know? You hear me?
Yeah, I heard you.
Okay.
Yeah, I heard you. I mean, INEC is the bigger problem here. You make promises and they fail. Mahmoud is still the chairman of INEC. That hasn't changed. All their minions are there. Okoye is still there. All the people that sit on the board of the INEC, they are still there. I don't know. I'm keeping an open mind because I suffered a lot during Peter Obi's election. So I don't want that same pain again. But INEC is still there. That's the biggest hurdle for us for the 2027 election that I'm looking at. Even though they restructure the party and all of that, INEC itself is a problem. It's a huge
Yes,
problem.
sir. I totally agree with you.
And
Everybody
this
knows
man,
that INEC is the
I
problem.
think this man is his last year, and he's going to be replaced by a loyalist.
Hey, Yoruba, let's
a-
understand that it's gonna be replaced.
Yeah, he's a loyalist now. That's a loyalist.
And also, like you said, Sister Moyo, see, and I will say it again. Anybody that believes that there is anything other than APC for this upcoming election in Edo, it's a waste of time. Tinubu already told you guys that he's gonna handle, give you people to this thing. So he's gonna do that. I think his aim or his what he's trying to do is just to make sure that all the states in Nigeria are APC, gonna be APC states, and he's gradually doing that. So whether we like it or not, I will be surprised if any other political party wins this election in Edo other than APC.
Well, at the end of the day, like we said during the election, general election during Peter Obi, it's up to the people. At the end of the day, it's up to the people. That's just the truth. Because if the people, wait a minute, during the general election that was snatched and grabbed, if the people were ready, that election would not have, that grab and snatch would not have been successful.
Yeah, but I think
total and very.
I think Edo is different. I think Edo election, they are doing everything possible.
So for me, that's why I don't even want to speak too much on it, because I know my Edo people. It's not the way. It's not as easy as APC. Tinubu is saying it. It's not that easy. right? But
Yes,
I don't want to brag. I don't want to say anything. Everybody will see how it all plays out, and we'll all come here and talk about it. You understand?
No,
So
no,
for
I
me,
quite agree with you. Because of even that today in Edo State, the National Peace Committee, the people led by former President Abdul Salam, they were in Edo State today to.
exactly, they refused to sign. None of the
Yeah,
parties signed the peace accord because they already see the violence. They're like, okay,
yes,
we're not signing. Let everything be. I know people are ready. People like so now don't know it they happen. This
yes,
election in Edo State is very. It's like it's so. I can't explain and I can't express how important it is. I can't even tell you. This election is so. It's more important than we think. It really is. It's more than what we are seeing and talking here. That's why I'm just, whatever anybody's opinion is, I'm just Edo people. You want to tell them how to run? It's not possible. He just said that. Let him come down by himself. Edo, I don't know. I don't want to brag. I don't want to come up as if I go and brag in Edo. When I go see him, all of us will be here.
no, we go.
Tinubu will
We
tell
go
the
see
people that
we go
Edo
see. We go see what thing will happen. But for me,
APC wins this election.
APC no go win. At APC, I will tell you for free. People are ready to lay there. You people don't know. Anyway, this election will make people understand how it is there. That's all I can say.
Olumide Akpata all the way to on 21st of September.
Me,
No
I'm not
shaking.
supporting Olumide Akpata. I'm sorry.
No shaking. No. We are political animal. We are free to support anybody we want. I mean, come on.
So I'm not. I mean, hey, I guess that's the party that Labour Party supporting, but not me. I don't see him. Anyway, let me not say anything. I have a show on it coming up. People are gonna come and talk about their candidates and all. I'm talking about my own candidate that I'm standing behind strong. Took me a while to get there, but I'm here now. So anybody should bring it on. We day here. We day here.
No, it's gonna be interesting.
Yes, we go nowhere because the election are next week, Saturday, I think. Yeah. So we go nowhere. I believe that thing. You don't need that. The election when Peter Obi win last time, who he needs for there? The governor, the Obaseki let her use anything. Not be bush and by the road and marketplace. Not be people go take gather.
Yes,
All
now
I
the
need
same thing. Now the same thing. Now the same
you
thing.
don't need no
Yesterday.
God bloody help. I beg. Please, no, don't leave that one. Sorry, guy. You're my brother, but nah.
Now the same thing yesterday. Now the same thing. Now when Obi go there and his team go there yesterday, and always on the street and market now.
Exactly.
Because,
So at the end of the day, when Obi come out again, people go still pour out. They go still vote for him. Because the truth is that fairness, equity, justice, inclusivity must stand all the time in Edo. You cannot have one particular senatorial district running for 24 years. That's criminal. That's wrong in every way. You can't do that. Let's pinch ourselves with the needle and see how it hurts. How can you, one senatorial district from the same compound again, your cousin, running for the same come on, nah. Every other person that follow come. Everybody come from the place, come sit down, they look. No, that's wrong. I'm sorry. That's where I'm standing. That's the basis on which my support is. That's it. And the man is qualified. He's qualified. I see the reason why I'm even supporting him, he reminds me a lot about Peter Obi. That's just the truth. He does. It's just unfortunate that he's running on the platform of PDP. If he was running on the platform of which Abure messed up big time, this is why I'm so ashamed of this man. This would have been a cake. We would have taken the cake and ran with it. It's a shame, but here we are. Anyway, Shana, here all of us we will all see the outcome. I know, guy, I can't brag. I beg. I know they like to brag. Make the event unfold. Waiting brag they won't do for better. At the end of the day, you brag finish, nothing to show. I beg, we leave that thing. Since the owner, Baba Blue, has come and has said, you know, he wants to, let's see how he will take an ancestral land of a people and give it to somebody. I want to see how that will happen. Now one me just wait to observe to see.
Now PDAP,
Before I know Wahala now, that's your candidate. That's okay. It's all love from me. I mean, hey, it's all love. Now Peter Obi, I know. Every other person for LP, I know send their papa. Go ahead, sir.
PDAPC, they are the same. Listen, you see these two political parties. It doesn't for me. Presently,
left from PDP.
Presently,
so what I say, the only that you're supporting left from PDP.
It doesn't matter. Listen, Nigeria. Listen,
so
the political situation in Nigeria has become so that this is just like you are living in a house that we have three bedroom, and you come out from this room and enter the other one. When you are tired of the other one, you come out from this one and enter this one. This is what is happening with the APC and PDP. This is the kind of politics we are playing in Nigeria, right?
But guess what? The LP, right, led by Abure, the ticket was sold to the highest bidder. That tells
that's why I'm telling you that people are angry with what is going on in
the law that went on behind the scenes, right? There was a lot that went on behind. It was all about money. So I'm sorry. Everybody should support whoever they want to support. It's all love for me. The person when I know for LP as it stands, is only Peter Obi. Every other person I don't know. Peter Obi and Ahmed Dati. You see, every other person, I don't trust them from here to tomorrow. Because that party is just as messed up as every other party. They are now trying to restructure it. That's fine. Because for the presidential election, if it happens, wonderful, right? But if you're talking about LP and all the mess that's going on and the stories behind how the LP candidate came on, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I'm not even going to. Everybody should support whoever they want to support. That's fine.
If Abure did not use the hand to destroy the house that he has built.
Thank you.
You know,
we will not be here. We will not be having this conversation. It will be over.
This is a political party that a lot of decent and honest Nigerians want to be part of it.
Exactly. I was looking forward to becoming part of me. I've never joined party in my life before. I don't even know how it's done. I was willing to travel to Nigeria because of it. This man just come and mess the whole thing up. It's all greed. It would have been a walkover. Like everybody, it would have been a shutdown.
Yes, now.
Anyway, it is what it is. I mean,
Nigeria, it is what it is.
Yeah, everybody. It's really sad, though. Every corner you turn, greed has taken over the country. It's disturbing. Greed, selfishness. Everybody wants what they want. Everybody is pursuing money. As if they will carry that money, take and waka come up for this world. I don't understand the level of greed and selfishness when they happen for Nigeria now, especially amongst politicians. They want chop their own joint, chop other people's own joint. Even the small one they make, they won't collect them for your hand. Maybe Bill Gates came that day and said that the taxes that this man is collecting is not enough. He should increase the tax after he has introduced GMO. Maybe they hope say these people never introduce that GMO all over our rural communities. Maybe they don't go wreck our land. I'm telling you, it's not going to be funny because this poverty and hunger that's going on, it's strategic. It's intentional. Where is the president? With the flooding that is happening, all the disaster that is happening in Nigeria, we don't have president. We don't have Shetima want to copy Peter Obi. He carry leg enter water. He reach there saying go give them rice. You want share rice? Oh.
You saw it. The worst part of it is that the only thing that this government know about is to give rice. But my question has always been, If we give people rice with the level of the flood that is going, where are they going to cook the rice? They're going to cook they're going to cook the rice on top of water, or are they going to eat the rice live? Because that's what I do not understand. This government is just confused. They are just confused. Every small thing that happens in Nigeria, we are sending 1 load of rice. Everything that happens in Nigeria, we are sending 50,000 bags of rice.
Exactly. It's crazy. Is it right that's going to prevent people from being flooded? Look at that flood. Look at that flood. And they were now paying people 1,000 naira to be lying that it is climate change. And people were actually, but we wicked though. We are wicked people. Mr. Ike, we are wicked people. I'm sorry. We are wicked. The same us, sniper carry $1,000, say, go and tell your people that it is climate change. You said, dumb as you are, as educated as these people are, carry barrel, they write saying a climate change. When the thing is clearly man-made, no, we're wicked people. I'm sorry. It's so clear why slavery was very successful. We wicked to each other. Nobody can tell me anything. Bleed. Everybody wants to chop. Everybody wants to have. You want to hug everything. How they say win them over trinket, shiny object, and they say take this mirror, take this thing. Now they take collect all the pay. Me person not to dwell because it's ridiculous. It is ridiculous. Honestly, it's sad. It really is sad. If you want to say something, your mic is on. Obviously, don't they catch you? Don't you don't put that on.
No, boy,
but she can't leave it alone.
I know that is even the funniest part of it. Even when I'm working and any of this thing comes up, I will start peeping in and out, peeping in and out. You know, I know we so much love Nigeria. You know the funniest thing, I went to work, when was that? I think it was on Sunday. And I was talking to one of Nigeria this thing, and one guy passed and said, you be my sister. I looked at him. I looked at on his ID and it says Adeyemi. I looked at him. I said, my brother, how you doing now? You know, we started talking about Nigeria.
Mm-hmm.
So I left when I started working and I was talking to myself. I said, you know what? We are one Nigeria. No matter how much we hate each other.
I'm telling you.
Person is from Nigeria. And hears you say, my brother or my sister, we be Niger. Everything about me immediately changed. Honestly speaking. It is just these politicians, they are the ones dividing us.
Yes.
But apart from that, when we meet at work, we work as a team. We work as from the same mother and the same father.
Yep.
We keep our hands and eat from the same plate. We laugh.
I'm telling you.
But when we come here to this platform, we'll be fighting each other. This person will say, what in they call them, Biafra. And this person will say, what's in Yoruba nation?
Oduduwa nation,
and all that stuff. It feels so sad, honestly.
It is.
But like I said, it's all up to us as a citizen of Nigeria to take back our country. If not, you know, we are more than the government. If 1 million of people just rise up against these people, they will all run away. You know, look at the common distant protests that they announced. They ran away.
Yep.
They traveled abroad and was waiting until nothing happened. They flew back. That is it. This will tell you that these people are powerless.
Yep.
Even with Tinubu and the armored tank that he rolled out, trust me, if Nigerians, if we come out in a number,
we can
overwhelm them. Not we can, we will overwhelm them.
We will overwhelm
them. Yeah, we will overwhelm them. How many people will you have? How many people?
Exactly.
People, you know?
People are already buying every day. How many people can you really buy? If everybody ready, come out. How many people?
My sister, if I tell you the thing never tire me, in a liar, they lie you.
But we will come here again, we go analyze the matter. We don't get
I love Nigeria.
Yeah.
I love see, if you see how I love that country, anytime I remember that I'll be going to Nigeria, you will see the joy.
Excitement. Oh
And
my
when
God.
I'm coming back, I will be crying at the airport. Ma.
Sad.
Now they crack my ribs. He said they run, come on, when they hear say protest, they come.
Now, they all ran away. But that's true though. You know, and they were all in different places waiting to see whether the country
waiting to see what will happen.
And nothing happened. They all came back.
So just the announcement of protest, he can't give them.
All of them took to their heels and ran away. You can imagine. You know, it's just so sad, honestly. That country would have been the best country to live in.
It is the best country. Let me tell you something. Kenneth, thank you very much. There was a video of a African-American guy that relocated to Ekiti. This guy does YouTube channel from Ekiti. You've seen it too. If I tell you they jealous that guy, you know, I don't believe him. The guy, when I see that video, yesterday Kenneth shared with me. I call the best. Guy is living my life. What kind of rubbish is this? I was angry. I was so angry. I was like, can you imagine this guy there? He get his own business when they do. They sell drinks. He get farm. The guy don't build house. He build one house. They build another one. He wake up early in the morning. You know that part when you be like say they go farm. You know those untamed roads for inside village. You get oh my God. I just sat down. I was watching it. I was just seeing myself there. I was just imagining myself there. You know how that quietness when they come early in the morning when they hear voice of kukuruku in the morning.
Crying, making noise.
They cry. I don't. Then goats come. I can't see. Hey God! I don't. They look the man. I say God damn. I can't say no. I have to be here.
There is no place.
This guy, and if you see everything he said is true, though. I can't fault anything he said. He's enjoying himself. He's living his life. He's like, he was encouraging his African American people to come and anywhere in Nigeria. They shouldn't stay in the city. They should go to the rural. That's where the real experience. And it's true. The guy just enter he build house. He saying they plant of his own food. They show us in farm. They show. Oh my God, I was jealous. I can't the best for Kenny for my mind. I said, why Kenny send me this video? If you like say no, Kenny get beef for me and I don't know.
There is no place like home, honestly.
I'm telling you,
once I
did
get
something to me just seeing it. Go ahead.
It feels so good, my sister. Honestly. Once I get to Nigeria, that airport, then when I'm coming back, hey, Jesus, come and see tears. And everybody will be like, why are you crying? Why are you crying? We want to come. I say, you will not understand because you don't. I say, you will not understand. They'll be looking at me as, are you okay? What is wrong with this one? We that are even praying, we are even asking, we are even going to crusade to get a visa to come. I say, sure.
We don't say they live for paradise. You see what these people said to us? They come, they sell concrete jungle to us. Now they are living the life that our ancestors used to live. Somebody like David Beckham. David Beckham get farm. He get poultry for the house when he gets. In the morning, go, they show you in poultry. They show you the chicken feed and everything in farm. The life when our ancestors teach us, had like soft life. You wake up, you go to the farm, you plant your food, you grow your food. The money when you build mud house, you are okay. Sleep, wake up, they enjoy yourself. That's what these people are now doing.
Peter Obi gave a lot of people hope last year. A lot of people wanted to move back home. They were hoping that Obi will win the election.
wanted me. I was one of those. I say Peter Obi win and they go follow and build that country.
You see?
I talk am. I said they move back to my place. We'll go build that country together.
They were hoping.
The man is ready to go.
But this is what happened. A lot of people are willing and hoping to go home if Obi wins the election. And immediately this thing happened, they decided to stay back. And I think they made the right decision. Look at the country.
Of course.
Look at the insecurity. You're afraid to travel. You're afraid to drive big car. You know, I've said this again. Yes, 2 days. Was it yesterday or 2 days ago? I think 2 days ago. Either 2 days ago or yesterday, I spoke to my girlfriend. I spoke to her today again. But 2 days ago, we were talking. I was cooking. And she was like, hey, Ishi, so they don't take light? I said, no, they don't. He said, She lives there at Onitsha. She's a teacher. She said, I said, they don't take light. I said, if anything happens to this light, know that something happened. And they will tell us, and they are working, as fast as possible. Because they know that a lot of people depend on electricity. Some people's life depend on this electricity. She was like, electricity. Can you just imagine in this era, somebody's asking this question, so they don't take life.
My sister, I got to leave you people tonight.
Thank you so much, Mr. I. God bless you. I really appreciate your contribution.
Yes.
Thank you so much, sir.
God bless you.
Yes, sir.
Good night, happy to see you today.
Yeah, I'm happy to see you too, sir.
Okay, good night.
Good night, sir.
Good night.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. Good night. So you can understand, they will come to all these politicians, will come and campaign, will build roads. So this road never finish. Every election cycle, they are building road. Every election cycle, they are telling you the same thing. Even this my road where they here. From 2 lanes, they converted it to 4 lanes. It didn't even take them up to 6 weeks to do. From 2 lanes, they converted it to, and look at me that is used to suffering. I was like, why are these people blocking road now? Which kind of nonsense be this? Me, I even got frustrated. When they finish, I say, it's 4 lanes. It didn't take them up to 6 weeks. But in Nigeria, project will be years. And we still will not finish it.
The one when they destroy landmarks, they go nowhere. They don't abandon that one.
They're not going to do it.
You know what? The day when I pass, when I go out, that I will see the pursue miracle up and down.
That's by fire.
So when I go out, I can't pass a hall. I finished secondary school for a hall.
Okay. But my HO, we know they hear you again. No. What's happening?
She'll come back.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's just so deceiving. I don't know, Moya, do you follow this guy, this doctor in Canada, Dr. Zhu?
He does content in his car.
Yes.
Big guy like that, he wears glasses. He shared a story about his wife being ill and how he was by her side. And I was like, wow, what such a great man. Yeah.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you now. Yes.
Yeah, go ahead.
As I was passing through a hall, I can't remember, I said, corn season. With a chopper with Pierre. Those small Pierre. Hey, I can't say, now I don't, but you better eat one corn and not get head.
I know.
So you see, that's the more reason we should unite. When they talk of that Black American, when he go home, they live in life there. A lot of them want to go back home, A lot wants to go back. That is the more reason we should put all our energy together. Because those when go back, go build that Nigeria, there are plenty. And they don't get all the knowledge when they need to do it. Everything. So
You
now
say to the guy, so the guy say, you know what the guy talk? The guy say for trash, people come they post for in comment section. He say when he show a picture, a video of a place where they like in the show, you know, where they and all of that. They come they say, oh, dirt road. Now here they stay, you know, they talk down on the place. Now I can't do video responding to that. They come talk say, when they laugh, this now how road supposed to be. The road one I get from America, you know, pure rich this one. You know it to be dirt road, dirt. You know it to now not know it dirty. You know how important it is. Okay, fine, even if dirty day, business opportunity. Because if you turn that trash to business, now so you go take look am. Now you get the idea. So when you come, you find how you go take, you know, turn them into business. That's what the guy was. I was like, whoa. A lot of people are willing to come and, you know, just change, you know, contribute their quota. Honestly, I respect the guy. Oh, it's just that I had bad belly for him, Sha. Kenny. Go ahead, Mama Echo.
You see, only our weather alone.
That's so he talk. He said only summer and spring.
Una know how much we go they make from weather during snow? Because all of them go they run, come, they go enjoy the weather.
Exactly. Now so he talk. He said, waiting that they do for them, may they come. During winter, they fit come stay. Then when winter is over, they go back again. Yeah? Mama Echo, we know. Go ahead. No, they hear you. My Echo, your connection don't pause. Yeah? I'm telling you, it's the Nigeria is a sweet country, man. You did the fresh that ube, that you use to eat corn. And that coconut and corn. You know that corn when they boil, the strong corn when they boil, when it will come be like popcorn, it will pop.
Yeah. My sister, we have food though. We have food back
You
home.
telling me?
Organic food though.
Organic from the soil, like right there. And you know when you're hungry, you don't even sometimes you don't even need to go and buy food. You'll just see person when you get mango tree for your house, or you get some kind of food. You'll just look and you sit down, you eat your belly food. You don't need to buy.
You go climb. You go climb.
No, Nigeria is blessed, so we must find.
I keep telling people Nigerians are loving. Yeah. Nigerians are loving people, whether we like it or not.
I'm
all this hate.
Yeah, Mama, so we can hear you now. This your connection. They do boju. Oh yeah, talk. We dey hear you.
Yeah, what happened is, as I come back, so I know so I get to protect my internet everywhere. So I begin to buy things that will catch them if they try to penetrate.
Okay.
So I go. So when they want penetrate, it go quick. It go freezing me out to block their nonsense. So they don't try me. See, they don't know how they prepare to. Now they prepare. Now they go witchcraft. Hey, you see, I have realized that we have waited too long for the men to rescue us somewhere here. We women, we have waited too long for the men to rescue us and our children. So now, as the men not rescue us, we be Deborah. We go take over the fight. Because the men, they don't vow with their life. So as long as they remain in those seats, when they go to take carry my daughters, they sleep with them up and down. Sorry. Which language am I supposed to use? You're not first.
You go edit yourself now, Mama Intro. You know how this thing be, but it's okay. That one not bad.
So It is time for us, especially us women, daughters of Zion. If the men will not lead the fight, we go lead down.
You know what they do to women when beat the fight? For this protest, women come out. You know how many did you?
See,
we have a society. Wait, now.
Wait.
Now, I just drop this one and I'll leave and speak. There are women languishing in jail coming out of protest. Some of them were even brutalized. Here's the thing.
I know.
We live in a patriarchal society in Nigeria. I think we forget that.
I know that.
They don't care whether you're a woman or your child. They will brutalize you.
I know. He get one Ibrahim message of recent. I go send that to you. I go send that message to you. I want you to download that first before I to send that. You know, Ibrahim tell us, say, all this way that they do, that they take and create fear. Fear for us. He analyze each, he go bring this thing, go analyze what they take and do. I go download, I go show all of them. When I listen, I say, okay. That is why they come after us anytime, so that I say, no problem. There are too many secrets. Ibrahim was leaking at what they are doing. Let them not worry. I'm afraid of them, they are our hand.
Well, anybody when wants one, they are ready. Me, as I did, so I'm already doing
Yeah, I'm here. Today, because I stay in touch with some of them today, we go bury one lawyer. When the day among the people when they go court, so they release, go court for the NSAS protester when they arrest, when their case they court.
Mama Echo, we can't hear you anymore.
Now visit or call. Don't worry, I go reach out to stream here to let them know because they don't say we can reach out to them. So one of my picky when be lawyer when they defend the government protester, they go come back. He enter in office. There's an top of seat when he sit down. Now there, you know, wake up again. So the battle when they fight, now fierce one, make everybody know. So that anything when you believe on, make you take and protect yourself. Anything when you believe on, do self-protection. Because these people, he go court, come back. He go court, come back. He sit down for your office, he chair, nothing. Now say, so that pikin don't go, no problem. Him blood not go be in vain. Oh, sorry, he read all here. It not go be in vain. So why we prepare, why we do together physically, children, protect yourself spiritually. And not say go me pastor, because if you yourself, you be spirit. Didn't the Bible say God created us in his own image? So you be spirit. Protect yourself. If you don't get any prayer to pray, tell the person when he form you for your mama womb. The person when form you for your mama womb. Now I get the diary of your life for your hand. Not consult any pastor. Consult the person when he form you for your mama womb. Follow and talk the way I follow and talk. Ask a question. Hey, oh my, I be like Chris when they ask those questions. I say, come. God the Father, God the Son, God the Holy Spirit. They say 2 or 3 of una sit down. Una come make agreement for me for my mama womb, abi? I did that. And they laugh, but when I was doing, I was in deep pain. I did that. I made decision for them. Say, make them take me through the mama and papa want to take me through. I tell them, I want to arrest for Nigeria. It was a deep. So children, in your own closet, you don't need pastor. You need yourself and your maker.
I have a question, Mama Hecho, when you're done.
Okay. If you get confused, I get confused. Anything past confusion on my head, now I do. If you get hopeless, me too, I was hopeless. If you feel everybody has written you off, me too, I did there. If you feel say your family are not there, I'm on a part 1, part 2, part 3, up to part 7. But I know there is only one person. Now I get answer. The person went for me for my mama must tell me why bring me come this world. I'm saying this to all of you out there that society has written off. That you put hand here in lock, you put hand there in lock. Maybe you say, look, say marriage not come. And they say, people, they ask me question. I am there. It is now I understand why he took me through all those experiences. So, beloved, ask your question.
Mama Hecho, don't you think that what is happening to us in Nigeria is spiritual?
Hey, spiritual.
Why are you laughing? Don't you think so?
I laugh because now 2 ways now combine together. Wickedness, greed, envy, jealousy, hatred for humanity. Those are the physical. Then when it comes to the spiritual, the blood of the innocent, the red oil of the innocent that has been spilled, they are crying for vengeance. Because some of those children, the way their mama get them, they got them in agony. Their mama get them in agony. And those children, una come snatch them and buy them untimely. So they cry for vengeance. Now I make I laugh. And vengeance we they get. Somebody asked me for which platform the other day. He said, during the presidential election, you were praying. Your prayer are not answered. I said, you be mumu. My prayer are answered. All this one went if Tinubu they do policy where not they favor people. So when if I say come affect everybody, I said it is on that is my answer to prayer. Because I tell them that period. They could go listen to those videos. I say this man that when he thief, he go be like hot coal of fire for his hand. I'm not talking. So the way they make a decision when no one favor the masses, so not be there. So now the answer to your prayer, your question is that it makes sense.
This is a country called Nigeria. I don't know if we'll ever find a remedy to face the country self.
We go
Because every time, just that I feel, Omoye, I was asking if you know Dr. Zoe. You see, it's just part of the problem that we have. And I think he was talking about marine spirits. Why is it that this marine spirit only happens, or we only see it in Africa? Why is it that we don't see it in a developed countries? And I said, these are the things, the weapons that our pastors, they have used.
The opium, that is religion opium.
Yeah, they have used it for years to weaponize, Nigerians, greedy or gullible people. When I came to this country and got into medical field, I started having a different mindset. And I come to understand that, diabetes can lead to so many things. What we call marine spirit is psychosis. But they will be binding and casting. Yeah, that's what it is, psychosis.
No. You know when they make me they laugh? Because me, I do deliverance tire. You know what happened? You know what happened?
I hate you. Don't even go there.
If you notice, when it comes to injustice, you see me vibrating and talking. I got deliverance for her. Because I can't discover, say, anytime it comes to injustice, if me and you they talk normal, and it comes to that, I go just switch like this. And the warrior aspect of me go come. I don't know what in me. I do deliverance tire. So one day I call the head of the family. I said, bros, I want to ask one question. I want to know certain things about my family. I said, why people say, I said, I notice, say, anytime when they talk of injustice, even that they do gentle with somebody talk before, I go just switch like this. Like I said, somebody, he pressed something in me. He goes, yeah, you don't know. He said, he got a laugh. I said, bros, what did they laugh for? He goes, say, your grandfather was a warrior in his days. So it is the spirit of your grandfather that is working in you. I said, oh my God. I said, okay, bros, I hope he win on his wall because me, I won't win on my wall. Oh. He said, yes, your grandfather never lose any bros. I said, correct, you don't answer my question with that. Now, if Papa, my grandfather, when he don't know Papa God, the way I know her now, he got a win on his wall. How me will be grandfather, in granddaughter, plus the heavenly host come there upon me? How am I not going to win this battle? So make it not verse if I switch like this.
Anyway, it is well for my country.
A lot of things, yes, they use divide and rule.
Just when you're dealing with the politicians, you're dealing
divide
with
and
the
rule.
doctors, you're dealing with the police.
Then when you come with the pastors, they use the spirit of fear to catch us.
That's what I'm saying. All the P's. And that's why I don't listen to one person I like to listen to every day is Abel Damina. They listen to him every day. He's been giving it to all these Nigerian pastors.
They don't gang up against.
He's still winning the case. I mean, he'll tell you.
You don't see what he did that, he do Pharaoh of worry.
One threatened him, you will die. He said,
They don't gather, they do the stupid prayer. I don't know who they pray to.
And tell me what is gonna happen. You see, that's one thing I come to understand. All these curse. Tell me what has happened. The person they have cursed, tell me what has happened to the person. Nothing. It just tells you that these people are powerless. They're just
they only planting fear. In fact,
that's what I'm saying. They are just ordinary people like me and you, Mama. Hate you.
They are even worse. They're not even be like me and you. they be worse because they are deceived. They deceive. The man go begin to wipe my daughters anyhow. How can I go and meet pastor make I get date for my wedding? He goes, anyone wipe me first before he go give me date. Hey,
And the nene go actually agree, make the pastor
they
wipe
don't
am.
agree.
That's bullshit now. That's not on the pastor, that's on the person.
Yeah.
That's no longer, that's dumb. That's just downright, that's stupid. How can you go? No. There's a place you guys are talking about. I get it. But we have to agree. Nigerians have donated their brains to their pastors.
Yeah, that's what I'm
So when
saying.
you
Yeah.
go and meet a pastor, please, if you not throw away your common sense, you go meet pastor, you want to ask for a date that's convenient, and the pastor say you have to strip so that he can sleep with you before something is supposed to wake up in you and say this is dumb, this is crazy. And you will not sheepishly agree. Nah, not be the pastor fault. I'm sorry. Now the person's fault. Let's blame where it is, because now this same mentality now make we get herd mentality for Nigeria. Everybody's just following like zombie behind some. Meanwhile, they have head brains of their own. When they are talking to you inside the garage, inside the church, they just come outside of the church. Their sense, they will be talking to you like normal people. Please, let's not excuse these people. The people are just as guilty, because it's stupid that you go and meet a pastor. The pastor will tell you, oh, you have to do certain things before. That's madness. Something is supposed to go off in you.
To be honest with you,
that stuff.
My sister might tell you the truth. I might be wrong. Or let me talk from my own perspective, or what I've experienced. The mentality I have now, living in this country, is different from the mentality I had when I was in Nigeria. It's no longer the same thing. So the things we used to pray for and ask for, the government has given it to us free. Initially, I don't know if I've said this before. Initially, when I came to this country, I was staying with my sister in Houston. I was ironing all my clothes, hanging it. And she opened the door and was like, what are you doing? I said, I'm ironing the clothes. I don't want them to take the light. He said, you think this is Nigeria? They don't take light. I said, what do you mean? Just like my friend asked me, they don't take light. In Nigeria, we are shouting up NEPA. We are praying to God. Have you ever heard America campaigning with electricity? The three most important things they always campaign on: foreign policy, immigration, and healthcare.
That's different now. No. We're talking to different things here.
Go and search it. These are the main three main. Even the debate last night.
No.
That was
no. I hear what you're saying, but it's a separate issue we're addressing here. Going to a pastor, you go and meet a pastor. You want to get married. You want to go and take dates or whatever else. The man is telling you, oh yeah, come and do first before I give you. Please make it make sense. Something does not switch in your brain and say, no, this doesn't make sense. It's like
I understand what you're saying, my sister.
It's the one of praying for life, praying for that one a different thing. Everybody get
the pastor told me. I know where I was going. I understand where you're coming from. But these are the things they have planted in our heads. Before I came to this country, a pastor told me that I am possessed by the evil spirit, marine spirit. I need deliverance. Do you know fear catch me? If you see the kind of fear will catch me, no be small fear. Then I used to go to Wednesday prayer for somewhere in Agoda, St. Bart's, Agoda, to go through deliverance. But coming here for the past 5 or 6 years, I haven't been to church. Even these ones that people join online, NSPPDS, Wogok, cannot, all these people, Zion Ministry, the daughter of Zion. I'm not the daughter of anybody. I am just a child of God, and nobody's my papa.
The Bible says, do not call no one father. And yet they carry the title for head. See, I don't know where they come from. These people, just like sister, if you talk. If not because I travel, come here, my eyes of understanding wouldn't have opened. No. I just a talker. Many of us, the things we know today, if we have not come here, we won't know it. Not because if you talk, say, wake up the iron cloth, in case they ever go take light. So you see, these people, they don't brainwash them to the point they see pastor as God. They see him as God.
Yeah. They will obey their pastor first.
More than anything.
Yeah, but they will not obey their husband.
If husband call, husband need.
Yeah.
I actually find it very concerning, right? A lot of Nigerians spend a lot of time praying, especially with this. A lot of people have shared that NSPPD thing to me. Shared it to the point I had to warn everybody to stop sharing it to me, and then I put a notice up. You spend so much time praying, but there's nothing moving in your society, right? Somebody will come and give a testimony of how they had an accident, everybody unalive, but then they will come and thank God that they did not unalive in the same journey. So are you saying that the people that were unalived, they were not loved? I mean, I don't know. To me, I don't know. I mean, I have to give props to my upbringing. My parents, I grew up in a very irreligious home. My papa no sent. In fact, his opinion was that there are more wicked people in the church. If you're going to church with anybody, please take your brain with you. He always used to say that. He always used to say, my dad's religion was clean heart, clean hand. That was his religion. Love, if you have, help. That was his religion. So I grew up and my mom was very indifferent. But prayers were answered in the home. Everything that we needed. It was when I grew up that I even said, and it was friends that I was friends with that introduced me to church. I wasn't big on church. I remember the first time, I think it was in secondary school, they had this Believers Love World. That's what they called it then.
That's Chris Oyakilomi.
That became Chris Oyakilomi. Then it was heavy in secondary school. They had these people come, they were now, they will come and talk to you and all of that. So one of my elder sister was very strong with me. She now invited me, and now because when I went to the church, the pastor was praying. But after I pray finish, he come approach me. He come kiss me for my forehead. Hey, that day all hell broke loose. I say, what are you doing? What gave you the audacity? I felt so yucky that day. I felt filthy. The way I tell abuse that boy, I don't just say he go ever forget me for a life.
Yeah.
I wanna give a warning of in life. He fear that day. Do you understand? I have to give props to my upbringing. That's all I can say. Because
So
I don't understand
it
why
is your upbringing
you
that
will
prepare you
go
for it.
to church. Somebody was sharing a story of a pregnant woman that went to the pastor. The pastor was telling her, yeah, this your pregnancy is blessed. Let me be topping. Hey, God, I beg. And the woman true for anyway, man not talk again.
Yeah, there is nothing you will not hear. All in
You
the
know,
name
say,
of
they go
religion.
tell my daughters, they say, the Amborona anointed one.
The anointed
The
Dibola.
anointed one. They go meet them for prayer, for baby. They will deceive, they say, the banana, na anointed one.
Can you
They go
imagine?
do am with her. They go come tell am say na holy
And they will run
anointing.
away
When
with
they
it.
do am finish, na the pikin go come. See, if they do DNA for home, a lot of kasala go burst.
Let me tell you one that I heard recently. This girl shared a story on a space I was on. She said she went back home to visit her mom. When she got there was this pastor. There was a story going on around in the area community where she grew up. The pastor was wiping a mother and a daughter. and wiping a policewoman. In the process, daughter got pregnant, told mother, I think, or something like that. Mother was now forcing daughter to marry the same pastor that
Sorry.
she's wiping. Do you know the pastor now came, gave the woman some water and said he had prayed on it to give to the daughter. Mumu mama carry the water give daughter. Daughter drank, unalived. When daughter unalived, all the church members joined with the pastor and started, the pastor went with a story. He started calling the woman a witch, that she's trying to demonize the pastor, whatever story that was told. The policewoman, he now started dating one policewoman. The mother found out. I mean, it was such an ugly story. And I'm like, God damn. These people have the gall to just take people for a ride. I mean, when will it end? So when people are calling out these pastors, some brainwashed human beings will be the first to rush into your comments and be telling you, touch not my anointed and do my prophet no harm. I don't get it. Another human being will just have your life and turn it upside down, and you go dey watch am. Anyway, I don't know, like you people said, I don't know. Now where I know reach with this, but I know, make God no ever let person get to a position where somebody will have complete control over your life and they can push whatever buttons and they are not your creator. Okay. All right.
You see, the truth is this. That is why we will prepare for this battle. Because politically, we get problems. Religiously, another capture. Another capture. But I dey call for all of them. My children must be free.
So make we shut down shop for today. We don't try. Una
It's
do
okay.
well. All those of you who wanna join, thank you very much for joining. I appreciate you all.
This village meeting is sweet today. So all of you in the comment section, I love all of you.
We love you right back too, Mama Echo. Thank you so much. We appreciate you. We love you. We look forward to hearing from you again. The battle continues. Aluta continua. See as it is be. If you love Nigeria, you have admitted. Somebody
I
praise
love
the
am
Lord.
too. Now make I fight.
You know, Omoye, to be honest with you, yes, I love Nigeria. But you know, every day you wake up,
yeah,
you are holding on that miracle will happen. You are holding on that maybe there is light somewhere at the end of the tunnel.
Now, which area you come from? Those states? Because me, I want to do farm for that area. Correct farm.
I no fit give that kind of information out now.
Okay.
On a public space. Nah.
Yeah.
All right.
So you know that kind of thing.
Okay, we go talk for back.
Still, you don't have no hope.
No, there is hope now.
It's just very frustrating, honestly.
There is hope now, Ify. There is hope. There is hope.
You know, I don't know until that happens, but for now, let us keep
It don't start to dey happen already. It don't start.
How? Tell me.
All this discussion when you do today, not be part of it. At least the discussion, it changed our brains, it reset our brains more now. It give us energy, say, we get to fight. So it don't start.
Anyway, let me take it the way, the way it is. And I'm grateful to God and I thank God. I'm so proud to be a Nigerian. I am so proud. I am so proud.
Absolutely.
I am so proud. Honestly, I don't know. I mean, I'm just so proud. I don't know if I can. I just imagine. Sometimes I imagine myself not being in Nigeria. I don't know how I would have. I don't know. Let me not say what I don't know. But
we are special. We are special breed.
We do. We are. We are really special, you know. We are hardworking people too.
Yes,
we are very, very hardworking and loving people and very accommodating. You know, forget about all this bad stuff these people are trying to label us to be.
They are making us to lose who we really are. We can't begin to carry another thing for body, saying we can't redefine ourselves.
Yeah. Eh? Anyway,
we forget our original person, accommodating, loving, caring. Growing up, you know, say for growing up for area, not be people of different type.
Yeah.
Not be made that person a community raise the child.
We are still like that. Anyway, I'm going to bed. It's nice talking to you, Mama Hacho. God bless you for giving us your channel to, you know, vent our anger.
Now, this is where we have frustration,
you know,
frustration. We need it to
coming on this platform.
I help me heal from the last election.
Yeah, they are a form of therapy. I keep saying it's just a form of therapy for me.
Yeah,
you know,
exactly.
I look forward to joining you tomorrow or whenever. But until then, good night, guys. Good night. Thank you so much.
Everyone, love you.
Yes,
love
ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Love you too. Good,
Right.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
All right, people. Let me end it. Let's use this music to end it. My village music. All right. Thank you so much, guys. Have a wonderful evening. I'll see you guys on my next one. Ejike, you say you're with me on religious madness in Nigeria. Every Nigerians are desperate, which is why exactly. You actually helped me put words to it, Ejike. Average Nigerians are desperate. That's the word right there. Underlined. They are desperate. That is why the pastors are taking advantage of their desperation. I'm telling you, you're looking for a child, you run to a pastor. Is it the pastor that gives truth? I don't understand. A child will come if it's going to come. You can't force it. There's nothing in this life that you can force to happen. If it's going to happen, all you have to do is just take the necessary steps. If you know you're taking the necessary steps, take it as it comes. If you not come, no kill yourself. Thank you very much, my people. I'll see you guys on my next one. Good night, Sido. I appreciate you all. Thank you so much. Kene, thank you. Zipporah, thank you. Ejike, thank you. Kene, by the way, I really enjoyed that video. Not mind me. I just mess with you. Not mind me at all. I even subscribe to the guy self. I dey watch him everything anytime when he drop now, I dey watch him. So they encourage me. Thank you so much. I appreciate you all. And to all the people that came on the panel, Mr. Ike, Mr. Ferreira, thank you all so much. Mama Echo, Ify, I appreciate you all. Thank you. Bye.